Oh. Hello, Hypocat.
Hey.
Hey. What the hell that shadow is? Is it smoke casting shadows or is it just weird kidnapping? Whatever. So yeah. Welcome back to Witcher 3, we're in Silent Hill. Just having killed this dude and taken his shovel that just vanished into thin air, which was... I was about to remark how was there a shovel there and in my inventory, but then it vanished, so... The paradox has corrected itself. We also found some random ass hairbrush over there somewhere. Ooh, I can steal shit. I didn't notice this before. Silver mug. Maybe that bag... No, that bag was like seeds and shit, right? Yeah, this is not a lootable container. But yes, so... Our job today... overall is to, of course, fulfill the third wish of old Geard von Everick. And he has wished for the violet rose that he gave Iris when he saw her last. Which we don't know how long ago it was. Everything points to... Hey, there's the brush. Also in my inventory simultaneously as here, but whatever. Everything points to the idea that she is probably long dead. And we've met these weird demon cat and dog that actually talked to us and were kind of nice. Unlike the caretaker guy. But let's go inside, we got the key, let's go inside the house. And check out if we can see, if we can find Iris herself. That dog... Yeah, he's sitting on the... Huh. I can't decide if his ass is clipping in the stones or if his paws are floating in the air. Whatever, they are demons, they can do whatever the hell they want. Okay, I don't remember. Also, why do I have the spectacles in my, like, thing that does things slot? That's bizarre. Why would it even be here? Oh well. I've been pressing middle mouse button, they don't do anything, unlike the torch. Which we'll take out for this house.
This is my house.
It is indeed. Let's see what we can find, and also maybe Iris herself. Mistletoe. Stuff.
I have a certain feeling that she's a ghost.
It's very possible, I won't lie. Oh hey, I guess this was the other entrance. Yeah, I bumped it on this door last time. Day before yesterday. Almost like it was just yesterday. Oh well. Briefly I thought I heard someone making mouth sounds, but... I mean, everything is possible. This is crazy land. I don't think we've met a ghost that expressed specific wish for alcohol, so I don't think any of them will mind that I'm taking it all or finding. Okay, I guess I probably cannot climb up there. Probably not meant to. Maybe I don't even need my torch. This seems pretty bright. Picture's definitely doing green wavy shit.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah, she seems nice. I don't know, Geralt, what you're worried about. Anyway, lots of stuff to find in here. Books are probably boring.
Well, you may see something, but I see absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah, okay, torch it is then. Yeah, it is a bit dark here. I guess I should remember that my monitor is like hella bright for some reason. A Fury Killish. Interesting. Master crafted cavalry saddle. Is that better than my current saddle? Not really. but I guess I might sell it. Okay, hopefully it's not a Dark Souls type thing where, you know, come towards the treasure and this like ghost pulls you in and kills you or something like that. Iris' sketchbook.
What the hell was that?
Oh no! Physics objects. Can't seem to open or read the sketchbook as far as I can tell. See if I can actually spot it, because on the loot screen it looked not like a regular book or anything, or just a piece of paper. It looked distinct. There we go. Yeah, nothing to be done with it. Unfortunately, we can't go through it. Maybe there will be like a cutscene where girl does it. I don't remember actually where this or the hairbrush are used. Maybe it's optional stuff that I never found. What's that stuff down here? Nothing. Interesting. Well,
My house.
your house, my things.
All geared as I've never known him. A different man then.
Same haircut. By the looks of it, same bathrobe as well. Okay, can't really break that. Everything points upwards, but I will unlock all the doors. Oh, the front doors are different. Someone's definitely making little sounds here. If only this
That's
was
me.
Ah, okay. I thought it was the ghosts. You sound just like ghosts. Yeah, I was about to say, I heard a lot about that hotel and that vampire game. If only this was first person, maybe it would be scarier. Just recently watched since that guy's video about that game. Nothing really new learned, but it was fun as always. And reinvigorated my idea of someday getting around to playing that one. Though I really, from everything I've seen, and I feel like at some point in my life I've seen a whole walkthrough of that hotel, and I cannot figure out what could possibly be scary about it. It's just like, okay, doors close and shit flies around you. Randomly sometimes. But apparently it's like, there's no jump scares, it's only, it builds tension. I don't know.
I think there are like attempts at jump scares. They just don't work.
Yeah, there are no jump scares because they failed at making them. Oh well, it's probably unfair. I don't know. Maybe if you're immersed in that game, it works better on you than playing it on YouTube.
I don't remember it very well. I think it was like cool, but not very scary.
I don't remember when I was scared by a game without any sort of gameplay. I mean, I guess in that hotel, if I remember correctly, the flying shit can actually hurt you a little bit. I don't remember.
Yeah, but that's not really much of an issue.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I usually get jump scared or scared of gameplay ramifications of things, so like monsters chasing me like in Amnesia or whatever. But just by building tension atmosphere, I can feel like the oppressive atmosphere like in Doom 3 or Undying or other such games, but I'm Silent Hill, I guess. And there is that little subsection of not really scared, but kind of like morally uncomfortable. It really goes well in Silent Hills because, you know, you walk around and you just start thinking of all the horrible things that, you know, the bullshit you're seeing could be implying about the character or whatever, the story. But, I don't know. We'll see. Some point in the near future, I intend to buy Lost in Vivo or Vivo, whatever that is. That weird low poly horror game about your dog being lost in the sewers. And playing that and seeing how that works, because apparently it has danger and survival elements and shooting and scarcity. Basically a bit like generic horror bullshit, but hopefully different. That was not really what I was interacting with, but sure.
Tidy, and everything's clean, ready for a meal to be served. Caretaker must still set the table.
Well, must have been happening before I killed him brutally. And slowly. Not by choice, but by necessity. Alright, so the middle stairs, I think remain... I mean, this is a staircase here, but it seems to be blocked, I guess. Yeah, the middle stair is probably our only option. Hello, Money Spider. Yeah, Ghost got really surprised. It was just like, you know, sitting there thinking its own things. And Geralt said something out loud and was like, holy shit, there's someone in here!
That reminds me about that movie.
Which one?
I don't remember.
Oh.
It's like a ghost movie. And the characters are scared of ghosts all the time. But then, plot twist. They were the ghosts.
Ah, it's, shit. It's like... I feel like I remember the Russian name of that, like Foreigners or Aliens or something.
Yeah,
It was like
something
about
like
some
that.
mansion and some child was like allergic to light or something. And the
Yeah.
husband was returning from war and then everyone actually is dead. And
Yeah.
they have been scaring. Yeah, I like that movie. It was like one... I saw that. There was a brief... I don't know why. But I watched that and then I watched Vidok. And I like them both. And I felt like, okay, one of them is real British feeling. One of them is real French feeling. Oh well.
I should probably rewatch Vidok at some point.
Vidok was really cool, though really weird in some places CGI wise. Like, you look... when I first watched it, it was the first time I saw CGI, like, specifically those artifacts of CGI. And I thought it was like a stylistic choice. Basically, in some outside scenes, they like the sky is kind of photoshopped to be cloudy, overcast, dark, horrible sky. But you know how if you like select an area in Photoshop and blur it, it kind of like the outside of the area bleeds in there. So like the edges of everything in the sky, like the characters, they all had these like halos of actual bright sky kind of bleeding outwards from everything. And it's like kind of reversed ambient occlusion that you see in some games like Metro, for example, where you like there's a crate and there's a perfectly like silhouette shadow of it on a wall that is completely irrelevant, like here, this wooden thing. Imagine if it had like a shadow outline on the wall there. Always hate it when that happens. It's like screen space ambient occlusion. So imagine that, but in reverse, like screen space, clear skies. Yeah. Hello, Hazmati. So yeah, we only just, you know, entered the house, so ghosts.
Someone out to stop me.
That ghost in particular. I also found a lot of alcohol, as usual.
Happy families are all alike. Every unhappy family is unhappy in its own way.
Is that... He sounded like he read it from under the picture, but apparently he was philosophizing because there's nothing there. Also, this thing totally makes me think of some other game where like all loot is represented by bags like that. Okay, this is locked.
Thief?
No, I don't... I'm like divided. There's a bunch of games. Maybe in Thief some of them, maybe in like Dishonored. Do you still shit in Dishonored? I bet you do still shit in Dishonored.
I don't know, I never played Dishonored.
I feel like there were bags in Dishonored as well, but I'm like, there's many. There's like fucking Князь, Легенда Лесной Страны, which is like 2D top down, but the bags are suspiciously similar. There's Might Magic 9, which is like early 3D low poly, but also has bags like that for loot. But Might Magic 6 had bags of gold as well. But yeah, I think in Dishonored, because I don't remember in from the more modern Thieves, I don't remember much. But in the old one, there's just actually normally just like plates and bottles and coins and stuff like that. But I feel like in Dishonored there was a bunch of just like these bags that you vacuum into yourself and other things. I keep trying to replay Dishonored, but the intro, the whole like sailing up to the whatever the place is where you're sailing up to, I forget, and having the Empress be murdered in front of you and the whole prison escape is just so... I don't know, I wish I could skip all that. It's part of why I kinda hate Half-Life 2 style first person. You are totally in the cutscenes because you usually cannot skip those and they are boring as hell.
Fire damage. Interesting.
Really interesting. Man, I've read all these books. I guess... Let me just check for future reference. Are these books in any possible way? Okay, I guess probably here. In other. How much the books cost? Not a lot, okay. They are weightless, but... Maybe I should be. If they are weightless, maybe I should be looting all the books everywhere. Just with the intent on maybe selling them sometime.
And why the fuck do I keep seeing ads from Ozon.ru
Huh.
that are trying to sell me SCP Foundation books?
What the?
Apparently it's just someone took, you know, the Russian variant of the website, printed all those Russian stories into a book, and now is selling it for 2,000 rubles.
Interesting. I wonder if that was before the whole like transgender satellite and that other bullshit that they put in there. Maybe
What?
it has some of the good stories. There was
What
like a
transgender satellite? What the fuck?
there is like a satellite SCP of some sort that has like sentience and it identifies as transgender somehow. I don't ask me how. Also, it has like a Tumblr where it fun satellites over some show or some shit. I don't know. It's retarded. I've just heard a lot about how SCPs have been recently or not so recently completely ruined by political agendas.
Well, anything becomes popular, it gets ruined immediately. No
Also,
surprise here.
I think YouTube keeps recommending me videos about like specific SCPs and it's kind of weird. I've never clicked on one, so I don't know if it's just someone reading it with pictures or if it's like short films or animations or something like that. For some reason I just, you know, I used to really like some SCPs back in the old days. Especially more of like exploratory ones when there's a lot of logs of characters trying different things or just going somewhere. There was that whole red disc that teleported you into some world with giant transparent evil monsters crawling about and shit like that. It was really fun to read and just like get inspired by, but then I don't know. Yeah. Also, it's back to Dishonored and almost said unskippable first sequence. It's kind of weird because I adore introductory sequences like in Doom 3 or Half-Life 1, where before the shit hits the fan you get to walk around and, you know, just talk to people or not talk to people, just go and do part of your job or something like that. Oh, I missed this happening, I guess. Interesting, it's now both sides. Hashtag both sides. I don't remember the intricacies of this particular ghost. What the? Oh, the whole thing with my mouth being not actually in the game. I think this ghost has some really annoying mechanic of healing or something. Kind of dickish to do that after the caretaker. But we'll see. There is some gimmick with paintings and either she interacts with the paintings or you get sucked into them. Something like that. Hopefully I did the right thing there. Now I kinda wonder if good old ghost oil is gonna do anything. I think it was somewhere down here. No? Shit. I thought I remembered some of the order of these. I'm gonna pretend she's classified as a ghost. Of course, what's good is that one of these like chains of 4 attacks nullifies the healing that she is able to get. Oh, judging by the numbers, so that's nice at least. And also she doesn't seem to be doing damage to me for some reason. I've run out of healing potion and still and I'm just not getting damaged for some reason. I'll take it. At least Geralt actually aims towards the painting and not towards the ghost like he usually does with fights. Maybe, you know what, I feel like, what if when I first fought this, I might have been locked onto her, and so maybe Geralt was never actually hitting the paintings properly. Or something. I also remember her doing a fuck ton of damage to me. But this is just kind of serious Sam tourist mode. Hopefully after she's cooled off. I don't know why I spit fire on her. Okay, we can slash the painting as well. Hopefully once she's cooled off, she'll be willing to give me the purple rose. Should have been looking at the numbers as well. I have kind of want to see if oil actually does anything, even though it's kind of late for it to make a big difference. I think it was like 250 maximum doing without the oil there at the end. And the oil, yeah, it is a little increase. Cool. Wow. Believe it or not, I actually had trouble with this fight on my first playthrough, and I was playing on a one difficulty lower than this. Maybe I had horrible equipment.
What the hell was that?
Interesting. And now the fire has set for good after all my ignies. Well, that was that. That was like the last thing I was remotely worried about in this whole DLC, I'll be honest. I don't remember any fighting past this point. Oh no, shit, I forgot. There was one boss fight still. But I kinda inadvertently already practiced for it earlier. You'll see what I mean.
Bedchamber.
Well, you probably fight all geared in the end.
Well, yeah, I guess it's kind of predictable. Not really. But in a way. You'll see again. Partly it's probably predictable because, you know, as I explained when I first fought him, that fight was optional. And you would be completely understood going on like, why would they make the boss fight like that and all the mechanics and not make it somehow unavoidable.
Lovely couple.
Oh, I can read that at least. And there's the purple rose. I wonder if I can just cut this out and give it to him. Well, Iris, we have to talk. Baby, actually first I'm gonna find whatever's in this. Cool, robe and boots. I could use them. When I take a shower? Or after I take a shower?
Gotta be her. Damn it.
Weird, huh?
You wish to see her? Here she is.
A man should frame his wishes carefully. It forestalls disappointment.
This some sick joke. Why didn't you tell me she was dead right away?
You didn't ask.
And why hasn't anyone buried her?
We can't. As for the caretaker, the one you cut down, while still alive, she ordered him to stay away from her for all time.
The deeper I get into this, the more I gotta wonder. Why are you even helping me?
We were summoned to serve Iris von Everec. Our mistress died, but that did not free us from her service.
Got it. You want to leave this place, leave these bodies?
Surprised?
No, not at all.
Not quite pets, Mighty Spider. They insinuated last time that they... And I guess... I don't remember if they said about themselves. They said, like, our names would mean nothing to you. And about the caretaker, they said he was summoned from far, far away. And the name of the place would prefer not to say because of reasons. I have reasons to suspect that they are probably all kind of the same thing in nature, kind of demonic. And these look like a cat and a dog because maybe it was detailed to be that way when they were summoned. There will be flashbacks in the future that will slightly explain them, maybe a little bit hint.
How did she die? Don't see any wounds, evidence of a fight.
Her heart burst.
Meaning what? A heart attack?
No, it simply burst.
Find that hard to believe.
Yet that's precisely what happened. One day Iris locked the front door, lay down here and died. From grief, from loneliness.
Her ghost's restless, angry, attacks intruders. Know why?
Lady von Everec has endured much hardship. She's unaccustomed to guests and not fond of strange folk.
She can't hear us.
Seems I gotta speak to Iris's ghost.
It's no easy task to contact the mistress. Rage and bitterness fill her.
Got my ways. To make contact with Iris, I gotta bury her body. But that caretaker's macabre little cemetery won't do. Too much blood, too much fear.
She spent much time in the front garden.
Maybe there.
Wait. Take this key. It opens the front door.
Good dog.
Shortcuts, wonderful. But yeah, already they have divulged. First, they were summoned in her service. Second, she was capable of ordering all these people, and she did order the caretaker to never come close to her. Stay away, I guess it's the proper way to phrase that. To stay far, far away from her. So somehow that happened before she died, and I don't know. We'll find out details about the timeline of the events.
Apparently there is some old-ass point-and-click game called Toonstruck, and it's free on GOG.
The point-and-click games, unless it's Pitkin Vasily Ivanovich 1, don't really interest me that much.
But it has Christopher Lloyd in it.
I mean, cool for it, I guess, but... Oh, I'm
Anyway, free shit.
Yeah. I mean, there's free shit on the freaking Epic store right now, but who cares? The Gungeon or
Yeah,
whatever.
nice try, Epic.
The Gungeon, I think, is free if anyone wants to submit to the Chinese.
She liked to sit here, but this is not a good place for a grave.
Too close to the house.
I'll keep searching.
I wonder if it's any coincidence that I like the dock more between the two of these. I don't know, it's just like... I don't know, his voice is more interesting, I guess. Or something. And his face is larger, so you can see his weird milky eyes.
Water's ice cold. Mountain stream cold.
Cat people probably like the cat better as well. Actual humans like Geralt more. There's a front garden. I mean, this is kind of the front garden. I remember different things being here. Maybe I'm mixing with... Oh, I think I... Well, again, I'll find out the same time as you all about what I might be missing here and forgetting. By just finding out what actually is real and is going to happen.
This place seems suitable.
Yes, she loved to paint.
Did Iris von Everec have any last requests? Say how she wanted her remains disposed of?
She feared death, worried none would see to her burial or say a kind word in parting.
Guess I'll be the one to do that.
I wonder if we need those items that we've been collecting. The portrait, the note, sketchbook, the brush. Maybe we need to like arrange them by her grave. Oh no, apparently not, he just buried her. Okay, so this probably doesn't mean much, but I don't know about you, Hippocat, I would pick the first one, because Geralt really, that would seem like he's either lying or like trying to just say nice things, because he doesn't really understand, and I don't know if you've seen any of her pictures. The third is like, okay, why are you talking about her just being a wife? You need to talk about her as she is, and the first one is honest. That would be my logic here.
Besides, just talking about Olgierd may make her even more pissed off.
Yeah, we don't know if they parted on what terms they parted, but...
Well, probably on shitty terms.
Well, yeah, probably. Though they did love each other, but... I mean, if they parted at all, that might imply something.
I didn't know Iris von Everec, so I can't say much about her. Fate had it a stranger now lays her remains in the grave. At times, fate muddles our path, and life turns toilsome, hard to bear. Yet all deserve respite and peace in death.
I also thought the word was pronounced respite. Oh well.
I thought the same.
Maybe girl doesn't know how to pronounce it. Okay, painting of Iris and Olgierd, sketchpad or hairbrush. Hairbrush seems a bit vain. Painting, I mean, she did love him. Originally, at least, might be like a good sentimental thing to commemorate the love. Sketchpad is probably just more her type thing, personal. Also, I kind of want to ask them first before I do any of this. I'm assuming it's gonna be. Maybe I can put all of it. Yeah, it kind of does, Hazamati, kind of does.
You two, got any last words for your mistress?
We don't partake in human rituals.
Trusting that what you've done is in keeping with your customs.
Rude. Well, I guess I'll start with a sketchpad, unless Hippocat, you have any
Yeah,
specific
go for
objections.
the sketchpad.
If we can put everything, I
Your
probably will
name's
put
inscribed in this sketchbook.
everything, but sketchbook seems like the first
Perhaps you'd
choice.
like it to be buried with you.
Okay. Only choice, I guess, I would probably was the better one. That seems like would be the most
Remains
dear
are
item to
interred.
her,
Let's summon her.
if she's an artist.
Tormented spirit, I've laid your bones to rest. Forget your wrath, forget your grief. Show
Uh-oh.
yourself.
Looks like there was something quest in that house still.
Imagine getting buried and someone fucking throws your shitty MLP fan art in your grave.
Well, that's why I never print them. Actually, I haven't drawn any,
Forgive me
so
for
that's
tearing you from
maybe
your realm.
more
I
relevant
need
to you.
ask you.
In my case, it'll be fanfics or some shit, or I don't know, printed out Doom maps. What a lovely lady.
Should I follow you? All right.
Mario 64 time. Ta-dan tan ta-dan tan. I would not have clarified the reference had I been confident at all in my ability to hum that little
What
jingle.
is this place?
It was recognizable.
Dang it. I should have more self-confidence.
The Painted World.
Hey,
The work of Iris von Everec.
this one looks cooler actually because it has this weird-ass shader that makes everything look actually painted.
How do you two get in here?
We exist in both worlds at once.
Land is peaceful, its inhabitants kind.
Strange place.
Yeah.
One born of Iris von Everec's dreams.
It existed only in her mind while she lived. In death, it gained substance.
How the hell does that work?
Pretty fantastic tale. Hard as hell to believe.
Yet you'd best believe it, and be on your guard. The painted world is rife with danger.
Well, at least someone's honest about their painted world.
All right, this is lovely and all, but where's Iris?
You awoke her but for a moment. If you wish to speak to her, you must tear her from her slumber completely.
Sure, but how?
You're a tracker, right? Saw you examining the tracks outside.
Yeah, so?
This is a world built of memories blurred and wilting. Moments our mistress wishes to forget, but cannot.
You need to find them, restore them, summon the fears that torment Iris, and destroy them.
Easy to say.
So I wonder how well Discord is showing this, but even this like first angle here is really cool from the shader. How well are you seeing
Yeah,
it?
looks pretty cool.
Okay. And hopefully it's even better translated on the actual stream itself. Especially if I'm holding stuff static like the floor you can see there. Probably with the best quality. Of course Geralt has this like weird halo thing around his head, but that's a minor thing. Honestly, I
Like
feel...
the doc.
Yeah, like Vidok a little bit. I feel like some of these, like the trees, on the trees it looks like it's just kind of like some type of, you know, cloud style normal map applied, and it kind of governs, you know, the direction the whole picture is twisted. I'm actually kind of curious. I'm looking at the rocks there and moving. Yeah. It's probably hard to see, but the twist, like, you know, the general like woo direction is screen space, I think. Probably better actually visible on the trees. So those branches above Geralt, the way they are bent, and if we raise it a little bit up, the general bend, I think, yeah, the bend changes. So it is just a screen space type of thing. I mean, how else would you do it, really? It's a really abstract thing to try to model. Yeah, like that orange branch above the smoke. It's not more vertical now, more diagonal now. Okay, cool.
Spectres of Olgid and his wife. But why aren't they moving?
This is a memory.
But it's incomplete, blurred. You must peer closely and restore it.
You got to work for your damn flashbacks, asshole.
Iris was painting the manor.
Olgerd is clearly trying to hold something.
Pieces of tableware for an afternoon tea or breakfast.
Doesn't quite look like he would be holding a teapot that way.
Painting palette.
That probably goes there.
Perfect
That's
match.
the closest place to where she would take it. I still don't... I'm not convinced that he's holding tea. So there must be another item in here somewhere. Unless he is just holding a teapot, like in the palm of his hand.
Like, look at his position more. Yeah, there. Why would he call a fucking teapot?
Probably not right.
You don't say, Geralt. Well, I don't remember how far these items can be found. But I'd wager maybe Witcher senses can highlight them. Ah, book. Spirit from the Steppe.
From the Steppe.
Oh, it's a poem, I don't care.
Read often, well worn.
I'm not a fan of poetry overall most of the time, so... Especially in English, I often have to actually guess what the rhythm is, how to read it, and I fail at it miserably. I learned when I tried to read like Poe's, Edgar Allan Poe's poetry. Of course, I know how Raven, or whichever... What's it called? Just Raven? I forget.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I know how that goes, but all the others, I was like, how the fuck do you read this to make it sound at all aesthetically, like poetically pleasing?
Perfect match.
Teapot I can just take for myself. That looks like a... Page of that book looked like a finance table.
Or a dog and a cat. Even better.
Hey!
When the rain comes, the dog will warm my feet and the cat will play with a ball of yarn by the fire. What do you think? Are you even listening?
Apologies, dear. Had my mind on my book.
Is it that terribly absorbing?
Yeah, the right page looks like fucking
Yes,
taxes or
terribly.
something.
Know what? Let's go inside.
Why?
Accounting.
It's lovely out here. The birds singing, the bees buzzing. Blissful, really.
Sorry, dear. I feel unwell. I'll go in. You stay a while longer.
Maybe I should have read that. Maybe that had a little something there besides the poem itself. Yes, Hazmati, everyone points that out. Not the bees!
So this is this horrible memory she wants to forget. But can it? Really?
Yeah, it's bees. Bees are the horror.
Also, she looked way better when she wasn't dead.
What is that?
Well, to everyone their own.
Another memory?
No, a nightmare.
A fear embodied, which sooner or later you will have to confront.
I feel the need to clarify. Did you say when she wasn't dead or when she was undead?
When she wasn't dead.
Oh. Well, then my reply makes a little bit less sense, but whatever. King Arthur film. I don't know if I've seen a single King Arthur film. There's a Disney one I've also not seen. Holy shit, the bees do a lot of damage. Okay, that looks like it did something. Well, not a memory. Black smoke doesn't quite seem to indicate memories either. Oh. Yeah, of course, they made spider enemies for these areas in the DLC. Of course they need to use them in the here as well. I'm not gonna gamble on whether they're considered ghosts or arachnids. I'm just gonna kill them. Luckily they don't seem to be doing the web shit. Wow, this one died like a bitch. Maybe because he was alone. Spiders and friendship too. A glimpse of these benches, for some reason I saw look like there was a future flashback set up there, but nothing is on them.
Another memory.
Okay, he's drinking something I cannot take. Another glass.
Just like the one Olgierd told had her decorations for a special occasion.
Bouquet.
A wedding veil?
Do I need to put shit on her head too, or is it all just in her hand? Well, probably glass, right?
Perfect match.
Yeah, okay, weird.
Your health, my dear wife.
And yours, my husband.
This seems like it's an earlier memory. He seems more
my
excited.
lad. Custom calls that newlyweds be greeted with bread and salt. But we're alone for now.
I need none but you. Oh, if only this moment could last forever.
I shall see what I can do. But come in and see our home.
Gladly, but I know this sounds silly, yet the house has sat empty for so long and I'm...
Afraid of spiders? I know. I swept them all up and tossed them in the garden.
My knight, you've seen to everything.
What an asshole. So he put these spiders here. Also, yeah, Hazmati, pretty much. Still practice ceremonially when, you know, president arrives or some shit. In some random ass small town. They dress the nicest looking babushka and let her give him the shit. That's kind of too many. I must object. I don't think they care about fire. Oh! Oh no, they do spider web shit. Okay, yeah, this is useful. One. That's enough. Oh no, and the bees. They're cornering me. I don't know why I did that. Didn't really need help. Holy shit, now I do. Ugh. I feel like in one of their attack sounds I can hear like a Quake 2 monster. Whichever one was it that did like ooh.
Yes, I can see why a money spider would think that.
I mean, they do look kind of fluffy, to be fair. Okay, stop doing the web shit and just kick me. Come on, man. Wonder if I can sit down and brew potions in this realm. Hopefully I can. Stop being a pussy bitch. Just come in and attack me up close. What a dickhead. Oh, now you do. Piece of shit. Oh no, there's more. I wonder if there's a Quen sign skill somewhere in the tree that makes it like explode when you release it or something. Because I would really love to be able to release it quickly from this situation and just take a couple swings at him. Because holy shit, that's insane. It's my last big healing. I'm actually afraid of him right now. Okay, this one seems easy to dodge. Also, parts of the hurt sound make me think of something. I think it's like a death sound of some enemy in Might Magic 6. Maybe actually death of the spider. In Might Magic 6, when you kill spiders, they do like a really weird, crackly death sound as they curl up in a ball.
Damn, you're ugly.
I don't really think I need to take care of those, but actually I probably don't, whatever. I've already killed those, that
Same
bunch.
figure.
Hey, it's that weird bag head man. We don't care about spiders. Yeah, apparently she didn't paint much of the back garden. Seems like it might be best to just get into the house. Weh. Oh, too dangerous to meditate.
Get the rest when enemies are nearby.
Yeah. What a staple. What a classic. Luckily in this game at least it lets you brew the shit anyway, even if it's dangerous. Especially when it's dangerous, it doesn't even require you to sit and meditate, it just kind of brews them automatically when you enter that screen. That's handy. Okay, all the shit is locked. There's that whole session over there. I'm gonna just assume everything here is locked as well. Yep, locked. Door stuck. Lock is broken. Jammed.
Another dream of the past. Bet this one's incomplete too.
Oh yeah, this one's a wonder.
A lavish feast, trying to impress the guests. Silver thread, pearls. Doll must have cost a fortune. Just a little different than Rebello.
Dang it.
A Toussaint wine.
Oh.
Expensive.
Okay, none of this is stuff that I pick up on the range so far.
Seen this hairbrush. It was in bad shape in the real world.
Okay, so there is, as far as I remember, somewhere around here is like a big giant reference as to how this should look. IRL, like a painting almost. Maybe that very painting with a table over there. And it dictates the fire in the two closest candles be lit and the farthest candles be unlit.
My darling, is everything all right? You seem pale, out of sorts.
Everything's fine, really. But why don't you tell me how you fare? I'm ever so happy to see you. Except, why didn't Grandmama and Grandpapa come?
It's a long, rugged journey. Muddy.
They still refuse to meet me. Is that it? And what's this?
We've brought some of Iris's things. Her favorite brush, her cherished doll, and this for you.
Banknotes.
We paid off your debts, bought them out, to avoid bringing shame to the family.
So nice of Mama and Papa to remember me.
Olgierd? Now you see his true nature? I warned you before the wedding. A ruffian and a boor who keeps the company of bandits. Are you not afraid to live under one roof with that rabble?
Keyword afraid. This one probably doesn't quite have all the magic sword abilities of the main dude from before. Or the health, luckily. Okay.
So let's follow him. Not you again. Don't like this place.
Baghead. Baghead! Okay, I'm gonna assume there's probably nothing hidden in here. I know there's a further section, like one-time section in this DLC where there's a missable item, but this somehow doesn't seem like the type of place. I probably should have googled about that missable item. I wonder if it's the other Viper sword. I'm pretty sure it's a sword of some description. Oh well. We'll find out.
The bedchamber. Wash basin. Bloodstains on it. Bloodstained towel. Didn't wash it all off. Got some on the towel.
Oh, this seems a bit obvious. Bloody obvious even. Oh, that was it. These are getting easier and easier.
What time is it?
It's late. Sleep.
Up all night in your study again, I see. What have you got on your hands?
Nothing. Got a bit dirty, that's it.
Is that blood? Have you hurt yourself?
Ink stains. I was writing letters. I shall go to Oxenfurt soon. Perhaps you'd come with me.
Oh, that's a marvelous idea. A trip would do us both so much good.
Then it's decided. Now, time for bed. I'm exhausted.
I shan't fall asleep now. It's out of the question. Come, I shall finish your portrait.
The little knobs on the bedposts look like... Actually they seem to be hollow. But from that angle, in the camera, I thought they looked like, you know, sliced up orange or something like that, or an apple. But apparently it's even more sliced up than that, because it's not just, you know, sectors or whatever. Sectors probably not the wrong word. What's dolki? I don't remember how that word translates. Whatever. Sections maybe. Whatever. Parts. Pieces even. Yeah. Weird design. Yeah, slices. That's yeah. Well, in my defense, I've been sleepy all day. I don't know why I need the night lamp, but sure, I'll take it. Probably not useful in the next room, but
Another blurred memory.
well, he has his classic pose that he likes to assume during dialogue in modern times as well. Okay, so now this is also another
Fresh,
obvious.
as if someone just rinsed it.
And there are some spiders over there. Somewhat obvious puzzle here. Just go, okay, there's fruits in the front, goblet in the back.
Living tableau's gotta look just like the painting.
And I forget which, if the grapes or the apple were... I think apple was on the right, in the front right. Let's go with that.
This goes here.
Grapes on the left.
Fits,
Maybe the other way
I
around,
think.
but goblet is definitely in the middle.
Maybe on this side. Finally, just like the picture.
Smile a bit wider.
Like this?
You were meant to smile, not bare your teeth. No, still wrong. Smile like you did when Papa agreed we could marry. Please? You're useless. I can tell something's bothering you.
I've a bit of work I should see to.
Again? Olgierd, we agreed not to keep any secrets from one another. We promised.
Forgive me. I don't wish to discuss this.
Olgierd. Olgierd!
Hi. Is it Backhead or just a specter? Looks like Backhead. Oh.
Come on.
Now they come. Okay. Hint taken. Maybe I should start parrying or something. Weirdly quiet when it hits my sword. Yeah. Okay, just kill one of them. What? More? Let's kill this one. Okay, now I cannot just alternate back and forth between them and hope to kill them. Stun lock them both that way. Uh-oh. Okay. Brief pause for repairs. Oh, only got one of these, but whatever. 10 of the other one. I wonder if I could use the torch in that fight. Oh well. The same stairs? Yeah, the same stairs.
Master von Everett's study. Here he immersed himself in the arcane arts.
That's some of my... No. What's the best way to make a joke? Now that's my beeswax. Yeah, that works, I guess.
Blood pacts, or on foreign presences. A tome about parleying with demons.
Whosoever summons a visitant into our realm risks much. Whether flickering as a spirit in the ether, whatever, or inhabiting the flesh of a designated host, the visitant shall strive to attain its liberty, and if it does, it shall wreak great havoc. Thus, a visitant must be summoned only within a protective circle, which shall bind it as no fetters could. The circle must be complete and eternal, with no ruptures. Its line must be drawn with a steady hand, firmly gripping chalk. Since a stray step made through carelessness or visitant's trickery can smudge the line, the circle must be further secured by a barrier of the form of lit candles, made of beeswax. The circle thus protected shall stand as a sure and inescapable prison for the visitant. It's kind of pathetic that something as strong can be defeated by drawings on the floor.
Manor was depressingly gloomy in the winter.
That looks like maybe chalk. Piece of chalk. Eat it.
Blood? For some kind of magic, I bet. Pentagrams here to bind summoned beings. Lines aren't all clear, though. Need chalk to fix them. Then I can set out the candles.
Guess what?
Black magic. That should do it. Now for the candles.
On the circle surrounding, I guess that should be the thing. I remember, that's the closest to what I think the book said. Whatever, let's try this.
How about this?
Come back! We must talk!
Go away. I wish to be alone.
Not this time! Come out at once!
Leave me be. I merely want to work in peace.
He's got his priorities all skewed. I don't know, Minus Spider. It could be a fear manifestation of some sort. How does she even know what happened behind the closed doors, though? That's a good question. She didn't see any of this, and that is her memory here.
Maybe that's how she imagined things.
Yeah, could be.
Udiano feos. Soba camisa liada. Soba camisa e barasas.
Well, the pets did tell us
Spell must I use, damn it.
it's a memory of hers.
I wish to end our pact. I summon thee.
Wish to end our pact.
Damn it! Fire! In here, quickly! The flames! Douse the flames!
I did not expect that.
Oh, do I not douse the flames? Well, fine. Let's go into the winter world.
Damn it. Smack in the middle of a raging blizzard. Gotta find shelter. Get inside. Hope you didn't let them end. They froze to death.
Yeah. Baghead was there to distract us, dang it. Unless this is a thing. No, it's not. Maybe just try the front doors of the house. Sometimes it works. Or this... No. I don't even remember how this goes, I'll be honest. I can probably counteract some of the damage. Not really. Interesting. Troublesome. Maybe Baghead was actually... Okay, I have a solution to this particular situation. Where is my instant health refill potion? I keep forgetting how they look like. Okay, I'll drink one of these. And there's my 100% vitality. Okay. Could have just, you know, reload it or something, but that's not the pro way. I mean, you'd think in here I would already be kind of sheltered. Oh, I can do spells. Maybe I can break a door. No? Maybe not. Huh. I truly, definitely don't remember either this or having this trouble with it. Oh, there we go. There's a little thingamajig in here. I'm just gonna consume other potion. One more and... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And brew. Or attempt to brew and I'll auto brew some of them back, okay. So, just so we don't forget, because of this intense sequence, he was trying to summon something or cast a spell to end a pact. And I think it's a kind of a safe bet what kind of pact he wanted to end there.
Beer tankard, but there was vodka in it. So this is when he started smoking. Drained to the last drop.
Okay, stop looking at it. Thank you.
So that's how he whiled away the long winter evenings.
That doesn't seem like he'll be holding a pipe. That's probably like a paper or...
A knife covered in blood. Guess Olgierd got the scars on his shoulders
like
that winter.
Lantern or something.
Yeah, or a lantern. Not a knife or a pipe. Whatever this is, probably it. Looks shaped enough. Yeah, like a scroll.
A marriage contract between Iris and Olgierd.
We, the undersigned Iris Bilewitz, wow, what a name, and Olgierd von Everett, maybe Bilewitz, let's be generous to them, have agreed to seal our love in a marital contract and to bind ourselves to certain covenants. Let this document stand as an oath before the gods and all that we hold holy, that till death do us part. Here's a list. We shall treat one another with mutual respect and give due hearing to each other's requests and opinions. If separation shall come, we shall each retain all property, both movable and immovable, which we brought into the marriage, and additionally each shall keep any presents given by the other during the duration of the marriage. The income which each receives, each shall spend as he or she sees fit, with all costs related to the maintenance and upkeep of mutual possessions being divided equally. Yeah, that's kind of obvious.
Her father must have been holding the contract.
Furthermore, it is agreed that Iris shall be accorded the respect she is owed, that you shall heed her counsel and requests, and...
Get to the point, Father. My patience runs thin.
Gladly. On Iris's request, I declare this marriage null and void.
You vowed to remain with me till death do us part.
And I've held to my vow. The Olgierd I married is no more.
Breaking a word once given does not come that easy. Believe me. You shall stay here. Forever.
Enough! You will not command us. You will...
Father! Father! No!
Servants, take this carcass and feed it to the beasts.
Okay, beasts, not servants, at least. So yeah, I was kind of harsh.
Take this carcass and feed them to the servants.
Well, you know, considering the kind of company he kept with all the demon summoning bullshit, one has to wonder if it could work both ways equally. Okay, I'm taking no damage from these dudes at least. But I will still heal using my insta. Oh shit, my swords are now breaking. Using my insta quen when the last one is left.
Did Von Everett cease to be human?
Though he still loved his wife.
No, he merely remembered that he should love her.
Let's go upstairs.
Sounded like they appeared somewhere else, but it's probably irrelevant. Kind of reminds me of the Cheshire Cat in Alice, how he just kind of appears. Even with a sort of poof as well. Well, this looks like the old style house, but there seems to be something. That's Baghead, isn't it? Yeah, that's just Baghead, not a flashback.
I remember. We spent much time together here, the three of us.
In silence.
We'll take our places, the same as then.
You do the rest.
There. Selfie time. Something real weird is happening to Geralt's face there, but whatever. I'm gonna see if I can make a thumbnail out of this. I could manually, but that's too lazy. I'm too lazy for that. I'm gonna just hope that YouTube catches this somehow. Oh well.
Animal hair. Single place setting. No others on the table.
How is this thing standing upright like that? Balance seems to be completely wrong. Oh well, it's magic.
Ladder. A large clay bowl.
Look like Geralt just stripped there on that mug.
Small bowl. For soup, maybe?
The hell, thing keeps rolling around. I think I'm keep tripping on this shit.
Claw scratches.
Okay, so I'm gonna bet small bowl for cat,
There we go.
because they deserve nothing more. Large bowl for dog, because the dog is cooler.
The dog isn't likely to eat
This
your
was
face, though.
yours.
I mean the cat.
These are demons bound by whatever. Neither of them is gonna eat your face. And a food tray for caretaker, of course.
You actually ate from these bowls?
Of course not. I already told you, we're not animals.
But the caretaker would set them out all the same, as ordered.
Another monstrosity. I begged you to stop this. Those two are too many as it is.
The dog and cat keep you company. This one will protect you, care for the house, no matter what happens.
Before, I wished to know what was going on in that head of yours. I thought perhaps I could help. Now, I care not the slightest what you think or how you feel.
I feel nothing.
He just said he didn't care.
Just as
Come on.
I no longer know if I still hate you. Go, Olgierd. I want you out of my sight.
Olgierd von Everec failed to understand we'd never be able to replace him.
His spectre now casts a shadow over Lady Iris's every remembrance.
Egghead.
We're almost at our journey's end.
What's there?
Iris von Everec's greatest fear.
Spiders. More spiders, I bet. Now, what is the parlor? This is the parlor. Books? Fire? Paper.
My dearest wife. Letters from Olgierd to Iris. Were I only as skilled with words as I am with my blade. Especially now, when an icy void grips my heart. I see how you look at me, and I see you wither. I cannot help you, but I believe I can cease harming you. This letter and this rose are my farewell. May you live in health, and remember but the good times, Olgierd.
Looks too, Mini Spider, looks too. It's Nightmare Beckham. Now here be the rub.
You undo the delusion, you'll complete your tasks. Live happily ever after.
First of all, this room looks hella cool because of how bent and twisted it is. Second of all, you can accidentally awake them all at the same time, and it would suck. But you can use the experience of fighting Olgierd previously, just fight them one by one. Except I don't remember how to. I guess I didn't try to. I always try to like. What the fuck are you doing? Okay, well, this seems to be more different than I remember. I think I used to only block his magic attacks when I fought him first time, so let's see how this works. I don't remember if you. I think you wake the others by striking them, so technically I could probably just position myself among them as well, but of course Geralt just wildly swings everywhere. Hello, Vin. And so he would clearly hit them. But maybe I've got like this room at least for me. Okay, so whatever the hell that is, I cannot block it as well anymore. He just keeps wailing. Holy shit. Wow, he just destroys you. What the fuck? I guess now this is the difference with the two last difficulties of this game, because my first playthrough I didn't actually have that much trouble. Well, Vin, I'm like not as hyped for it as I am for Doom Eternal. But I'm pretty excited to play when it comes out. I like the setting. I don't know the actual like old role-playing game or its stories or the characters from it, but it is my understanding that I don't need to. Ultimately.
That's a dangerous man you've chosen to deal with. Come on.
Okay, failed. I need to learn how to deal with this shit, because some like part of it I can hold the block. I think maybe after the combo, when he does the little delay and magic swing, that's where I have to repress block and actually make a parry. Yeah, mostly I'm excited for Doom Eternal. I'm mildly excited for Super Mario Maker 2, which I will buy soon. When it comes out, of course. Maybe a bit later. Breath of the Wild 2.
What was that with Sony not coming to E3?
I don't know. I didn't really watch other conferences. I watched Nintendo and the Doom stuff and Devolver. Okay, so one of these you can time and do a... Shit, well... Do a parry in between all this shit. Okay, so apparently parries work after all. Why didn't they work before? Maybe I wasn't actually landing them. Okay, now there, yeah, that should have been a parry as well, but I didn't land. Okay, Quen is good for protecting against that vomit. Maybe I wasn't, when I played first time, I didn't actually try to like parry him all the time, and I just waited until he was turned around and wailed on him my own combos. Okay, now the next one wakes up. Now Vin, there was a role-playing, like tabletop role-playing game, Cyberpunk 2020 I think it was. And so for example, Keanu Reeves' character, Silverhand,
Not your lucky day.
is from the stories from that.
Oh, I thought it was completely original.
Nope.
Well, as original as Cyberpunk can be.
Well, I mean, it's literally called Cyberpunk, so yeah, it's probably gonna be not like... I don't know the original system and setting, but just from the name, it seems like it would be a bit generic. But, if you know me at all, you might know that I like generic stuff, when it just takes theme and just, you know, represents it very well, instead of trying to be like surprising and subversive about it, or some shit. So, for example, even something that I enjoyed, some games from Shadowrun, I would have liked it better if it didn't have all the fucking, like, elves and orcs and fantasy bullshit in it. Okay, this is a serious dude. Unless he isn't. Might be the same. So I think this is how I actually fought him on my first playthrough. I didn't try to parry all this crap. He's just not aiming very well. Also, oh shit, these are all lines he's said to us before, I'm pretty sure. Lyle is boring as the boulder. He talked about the statue that he pushed down at the very first time we met him. That obviously regards Gunther, or Gunter. I keep trying to call him Gunter, but he's Ga-Unter. G-A-U. No, 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 no. The health doesn't seem particularly consistent with the amount of dudes I've already killed. Apparently, for some reason, even though he blocks, I'm still hitting him. When he was alive, and I was fighting him there, I'm pretty sure if he blocked, I wasn't able to damage him or anything. He seems vastly more vulnerable in this fight. Okay, second to last looks like. Wonder if the last one's gonna be a bit more a proper fight. For some reason I didn't have my coin on, whatever. Okay, yeah, this one's already doing better with the blocking. And using pocket sand. Okay, that was a bit risky. Let me drink another. Maybe I have to start parrying now. Maybe I don't.
That's a dangerous man chosen to deal with witches.
I also cannot help but think that I should be doing power attacks at least after parrying.
Goodbye, Geralt. You'll never learn.
No. Actually, considering everything, I kind of just want to use these while I am able for an instant health recovery. Fuck off with your pocket sand.
That's a dangerous man you've chosen to deal with.
Okay, that was way too early of a of a parry attempt. Ooh, my toxicity is kind of off the charts. Didn't I have some sort of weird ass skill that did something with high toxicity? I don't remember.
You under the delusion.
But I do have the potion that removes toxicity and potion effects. And the best thing is about all that is that I'll now have no potion effects, so I can remove toxicity without actually. Was it? I don't remember which potion it was, of course. I can remove toxicity completely without removing any sort of useful potion effects, because my potion effects were this one. My potion effects were instantaneous, so that's kind of half broken. Oh. Holy shit! Wow, okay, that's strong. Ooh, this might delay us a little bit.
Do you have to fight them from the very beginning again?
Probably yes.
That sucks. I'm gonna go get something tasty.
Yes, you do that. I think this is the first boss fight in this DLC that I'm having the same amount of difficulty as I used to when I first played it. Yeah, okay, I should still keep using Quen, clearly. And I should always heal as soon as he gets like 1/3 of damage on me. Yeah, they did win. Though the previous bosses, like, okay, there was the caretaker last time. He was kind of toughish, but the frog and the Alfiri people and the original fight with this dude, that was optional. Those were much easier. This one is the first one that is as difficult as I remember it being. Also the ghosts of in that little hallway, I had trouble with that as well. Originally, but not today. Wonder if I can just, you know, not be that far away. I shouldn't accidentally hit them, surely. Hopefully he doesn't. Well, I mean, those are some of the bosses before. Ooh. Okay, now it's time to maybe flee a little bit. But yeah, previous bosses in this DLC I had a little trouble in my first playthrough. But most of them... I guess I died a couple or once or twice to the Alfiri guard detail, that's the word. After I was rescued from the boat. At least once the Descent Mage just murdered my ass with his tornado, which does ridiculous damage. Holy shit, that like parry thing is like worse than Dark Souls because you need to do it 4 times in a row or more. A whole combo. Okay, maybe I can dodge out the way when he's playing his own combo on me. I don't know if I tried that. I assumed I was stun locked. Okay, okay, now that is the kind of shit where we just go here, take this one, re-up like when, immediately lose it. Going Another swallow.
As lifeless and boring as a boulder on the roadside. Death holds no sympathy.
Maybe unlike the real fight against him earlier, I don't want him to be away because those super strong red attacks, they fucked me up. That shit. I guess he can just miss if he wants to. I need to parry something though. Okay, maybe I can just parry them. Whew.
As lifeless and boring as a boulder on the roadside.
Okay, so yeah, with the first one, I pressed it way too early, so it's a normal block. And then I have to keep retrying the parry. That's the problem. So every time I cannot parry, that's because I pressed it at a bad time. Okay, I kinda want my health to restore. Let me run around for a bit. Oh! Okay, no, that doesn't work. Let's go with the good old. This and which one clears toxicity again? This one. And just put on our swallow so that we can heal all these minor hits as they come. Okay, he just didn't do it.
As lifeless and boring as a roadside.
Ooh. Yeah, okay, you can just kind of swing at him when he's preparing for an attack as well. Okay, good. This is kind of easier for me than trying to parry that shit. Much easier, in fact. Last one? So yeah, do that. Kind of bait some of that shit. Bait him into a combo, we can... Oh shit. If we bait him into a normal combo, we can just kind of dodge around him and maybe get a couple hits in. If we bait him into a strong attack, we can stun him out of it. Or just hit through a normal attack, okay. Refresh my Quen. Wow, he is getting real good at blocking. Ah! Okay, that might have killed me. Shit. Okay, there we go. That's always good. Well, that just went through him. Oh, if only that landed faster. Oh! Okay, time for another one of those. Lest he finishes us off. Last one, unfortunate. And I think we actually ran out of the proper heals. Holy shit, okay. No more heals, just gotta finish this skillfully. Woo! Ooh, that was a bit tough because, you know, I ran out of all the heals immediately. Okay, Hippocato here already, because story time again. Oh no, Hippocat's getting tasty shit. Can't pause. Shit.
I'm here, chill.
Okay, there we go. Whew. Man, I'm veiny as hell.
You're not him.
Wait, I want to talk.
Not here. Not in this place.
So yeah, that's a cool fight, but it may be a bit too long. But I don't know. That makes it more tense. The length. I mean, it's not even that long, but the length is only minus when it's streaming is concerned. On your own, it's not really that tedious. Go through that. I can't believe it actually made me.
I'm sorry. I mistook you for another.
Go through all the potions I had for
For
healing.
Olgierd.
I thought he'd returned. To me.
What are you? A ghost? An illusion?
I am sadness.
Saw you before, but you weren't yourself. And I saw you again in your memories.
We've met. I don't recall. I had bad dreams. That is all I know.
I've come for the violet rose Olgierd gave you.
On the day we saw one another for the last time, I dried it and placed it in our chamber, at my bedside. I lay there for days, staring at it, until at last it crumbled into dust, as did I soon after.
So, the rose is gone?
Not from this world. Look, you buried my body and the flowers bloomed once more. And I was held in a deep, dark sleep. Only now have I awoken, just like my beautiful rose. When you placed the sketchbook on my grave, I remembered learning to draw my husband's face. Tell me, how is Olgierd? Healthy? Does he fare well?
Optional first.
Your husband's got a powerful enemy. Gaunter O'Dim. Know the name?
I curse the day I first heard it.
Who is he, and how'd he step into your lives?
It's my fault. It was for me Olgierd summoned the Man of Glass. And it was my fault he wished for riches, then immortality for us both.
Aha, that's the order.
Olgierd will best O'Dim, won't he? Now tell me, how is my husband?
Does deserve a concern, pretends to be heavy, but isn't doing alright. I feel like the second is the most truthful, but what do you want to say there, Hypocrite?
Second looks alright.
Alright.
Your husband hunts out ever stronger sensations. He tempts fate, because at heart he's unhappy.
At heart he is stone, so nothing has changed. And did Olgierd mention me? What did he say?
Not much, but I didn't ask about you. He just sent me to retrieve the rose.
The rose? The last I have left of him? His last gift?
Got a feeling the rose is important to you, more than a memento.
I remember so little. Yet when I think of my rose, I begin to recall what was. The world around me turns real, and my eyes open wide and I recognize things. Remember who I am and who I was.
friend once told me about a case like this. Could be strong emotions that bind you to the rose. Feelings we witchers call pins. They're what keeps you in this world.
Like an insect pinned in a collection case. Horrible.
Need to be honest, if I take the rose, you might cease to exist, as might the world you built around you.
And what will happen then? Shall I be free of the suffering, the sadness? Is it the void that awaits?
I don't know.
I don't wish to suffer any longer, but I fear there will be cold and darkness until there is nothing at all.
Apropos of nothing, I want to say I really like how her veil looks. Whatever shader or whatever they're using on it looks real cool and realistic. Apart from, you know, the flickering from the weird filter over everything. I guess it's probably not that hard to do. It's like the parts of the surface that are angled kind of more perpendicular towards the camera, they are more opaque, darker. Probably a very simple shader, but it looks real cool. Okay, so that's a good question here. Take the rose, dissolve her. She's kind of afraid, but on the other hand, maybe she won't even, like, after she dissolves, how will she feel or perceive any sort of cold, darkness or nothing? She will just cease to be. On the other hand, we can decline to take the rose and she'll keep existing, but she'll be stuck in this sadness. And also we won't have the rose to give Olgierd. So I feel like this decision is kind of skewed.
Yeah.
I need the rose. Will you give it to me?
I don't actually know what
fragile.
happens if you decline.
Look, the petal edges have turned crimson, as they were on the day I received it.
They didn't. I don't see it.
The one thing missing is the single drop of dew which slid down the leaf when I took the rose in hand. Or was it blood? Because I pricked my finger? I can't remember. You know, I never did read the letter from Olgierd. I didn't have to. And I needn't have kept the flower he left me. I've come to a decision.
Maybe she
I
forces
shall give you the
the
rose.
rose upon you if you decline even.
Our service thus ends. Thank you, stranger, for freeing us.
Before we go, some advice. Beware of the one called the Man of Glass. Stand in his way, and you'll meet a fate worse than death. Seek salvation in glass that can't be broken.
Glass that can't be broken?
So long.
They're speaking about Gunther, right?
Yeah.
I'll remember you, Iris von Everec.
That no longer matters. Farewell.
I like her response to this rare showing of emotion from Geralt is I don't give a shit. Now Geralt, maybe you should move, get a move on. Well, nice weather. So, you remember from last time, Olgierd actually told us that he had a little business trip with someone, I don't remember the name, Dauntless. Someone named Dauntless. I don't actually remember the details of that. Was it about the tavern?
I don't remember.
Dauntless did some wrong by Olgierd, and Olgierd was like, okay, I'm gonna go fuck him up with all my boys and my girls, and I'm gonna leave one dude at the tavern in case he returns, which he didn't really expect. So I wonder if in his mind he actually doomed that man to forever sit in a tavern until he died from old age. But it's not like he would care, honestly.
Move it!
Dauntless. I don't remember exactly what. Was it the part where they went to a tavern and then they, as he said, they like had fun the way you're supposed to at a tavern, which means wrecking shit. And then he kicked him out, and later sent the dude who they trapped in the barrel with saying like, hey, you're banned, also I kind of want to kill you because you suck. And he was like, okay, he wanted to kill me, I don't really care, but that's offensive. I'm gonna ride and I'm gonna teach them a lesson. Where the hell am I going? I'm going to Oxenford, and I guess this is the stream that goes south. But yeah, got a rose, learned the timeline. Let's recap the timeline. So Olgierd and Iris love each other, almost get the agreement to marry, then Olgierd's family hits a series of financial troubles, then the dude from the auction, Horst, what's his name? I already forgot his surname.
Borsodi?
Yeah, that guy. Wow, holy shit. Yeah, Horst Borsodi, he buys off all of their debt and immediately demands repayment. When they cannot repay, he pretty much just confiscates a bunch of their shit and turns them poor. Oh, I'm just coming back to Silent Hill. I don't want this. I don't want this. Basically, he single-handedly makes them poor, makes them go poor, and Iris's parents go like, nope! There is this convenient Alfiri prince coming by. Let's try to marry Iris off to him. Olgierd flips his shit at some random inn again. That's just what he does apparently. And then meets Gunther Odim and asks for riches and money. And also at some indeterminate point later he also curses the prince, turned into a frog. But that kind of ceases to be relevant to the overall story, apart from, you know, how Geralt got involved. There's Oxenford. So after that, after he got his riches, the parents were alright with them getting married, though I'm a little bit confused about that scene at the dinner table where they said, we've paid off your debt. Because if he was already rich, I don't know, maybe that's how Gunther made it happen. And so at some point after that, he wishes for immortality for him and Iris as well. But the side effect of his immortality is that his heart turns to stone and he stops feeling anything, including love for his wife. So he, I guess, just buries himself trying to undo this pact with Gunther. Goes into arcane research and dark magic. Meantime, just for fun, he summons, you know, the demon cat and demon dog for Iris because she wanted a cat and dog. And then he summons the caretaker to take care of her because he can't be bothered with that. I'm guessing that was after all that, or after some of that at least, where he accidentally kills her father when she requests a divorce, pretty much. Because he didn't seem like she did that because he was already not himself at that point. And then, after that, he decides that he doesn't really feel any love for her, but he realizes intellectually that he hurts her by his sheer presence. So he gives her the rose, the letter, and leaves forever. She is a little bit too attached despite wanting to remove herself from his life. Just lies on her bed for 4 days or whatever looking at the rose and then dies. The cat and dog and the caretaker stay there and keep doing their shit because they are summoned and they can't really escape anymore. Olgierd, since apparently is just, you know, traveling around with his band of merry men and a couple women in there for tokenism, and wreaks havoc until he decides, you know what, the prince gotta die, or I'm bored with the prince at the very least. And that's where this all starts. So yeah, that's the overall timeline.
Greetings again. So, you got a job for me, an interesting one.
Now let's just see to the ending of all this. Zerael armor to expect. Wow, he still has only 36. Okay, I'm gonna repair and see if maybe he gains enough money for me to sell something at least. Kinda wanna as well repair this. And this. Some of these I won't be selling. so I might as well repair them. I guess I'm kinda keeping all the new moon stuff. I'm gonna sell this, but these I might as well keep. This one I'm gonna sell. Fury boots. I don't know if these are better than the ones you can craft. Okay, so the rest of these I will sell to him. If I can. I'm gonna only sell armor though. So that means the shittier new moon gauntlets. Order of this I can still not sell, yes, okay. Order of the Flaming Rose armor. Ornate boots, that comes with the robe. I don't know why I'm keeping them, but I guess I am. And I guess I might as well sell the shittier swords because they don't really offer much anyway. I'm gonna keep the spade, crossbow, and this unique sword. I don't know why. I guess I like Fury stuff. Okay, now let's go to the tavern.
So long.
Inform the one unfortunate dude who was left there.
Got anything for an aching belly? Stabbing pain here, under me belt since yesterday.
2 points, and be quick about it.
Oh, please, good sir, a bit of courtesy.
So I look up, and Bob's your uncle. He downs half the barrel in one draft.
Geralt, over here.
Oi, wait your looks. Use the look of a man who knows how to drink.
Thanks. Some other time.
Here now. Don't make me beg. My treats.
Show off.
Of course I am. Wouldn't you be? Time's a marvelous plaything.
Oh,
And a great
that
spice
bowl
to
of
use
soup
in gingerbread.
just kind of teleported.
So, you were listening. Indeed, occasionally I find time manipulation irresistible. Controlling it offers so many appetizing opportunities. Like spiking the soup of unsavory individuals with appropriately ghastly things.
You actually control time, or is this just some conjurer's trick?
What difference does it make?
A big one.
Let us say, time has always fascinated me, so I taught myself how best to use it.
Why time, of all things?
Geralt, there are 4 dimensions. Length, width, height, and time. What would you have me fall in love with? Width? Come now.
With thickness. That's what you fall in love with.
That's the 5th dimension. So I kind of both hate and love that line, because I love it because it's kind of funny, but I hate it because it makes no goddamn sense. First of all, I am completely opposed to counting time as one of the like physical dimensions, because the other 3 are space, and it's different. I mean, I guess kind of if you want to go 4D, maybe I don't know how physics actually considers it, but I kind of doubt that they do. I feel like this is a more casual thing that people think. Also, no one said that you have to be in love with one of the dimensions anyway. So that question makes no sense, but whatever. Let's not talk to him about that, because I don't think he'll like it.
Who are you really?
Gauntero Dim, also known...
Not what I'm asking.
Ah, so you'd rather know what it is I do. In brief, I give folk what they ask for. You might say, I simply grant their wishes.
Basically, he's the devil.
Also, I don't know how planned this is, but the acronym of his name, Gauntero Dim, is GOD, so that's interesting.
That'd be downright noble if you didn't always demand something in return.
Law of the market. I was not the one to coin the phrase, nothing comes free.
You're not human, that's clear. So what are you? A demon? A djinn?
Do you really wish to know?
Yes.
No, Geralt. You don't. This one time I shall spare you and not grant your wish. All who have learned my true name are now either dead or have met an even worse fate. Yet I still need you.
So, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I wanted to congratulate you. You acquitted yourself splendidly with Olgierd. In fact, you've almost satisfied your debt.
Was supposed to fulfill his 3 wishes. Did just that. This is where you remove the brand, because we're even.
Nearly. To fulfill the terms of the contract to the letter, you must do one more thing. Draw Olgierd to the Temple of Lilvani.
We never discussed that.
Oh, but we did. As a man of the world, you should know that every contract contains a catch or two. Small print, which, nevertheless, changes the ultimate meaning of the pact. This applies to oral contracts as well. Recall that I said, and I quote, "I believe, however, that all will end well, and once it does, we 3 shall meet and thank one another for the voyage we shared." End quote.
Yeah, I remember.
Fulfill your end of the bargain, and I will remove the brand. That was the last time you interrupted me while I was talking to someone.
What the devil? Why is there a fly in my soup? Was waiting. Had an eye out for you. Didn't see you come in. How is it you're here?
I'm a witcher. Superhuman quickness. Just one of my many qualities.
You tossed this fly in my soup?
No. Now listen carefully. Tell your Ataman to come to the Temple of Lilvani. It's south of here. Entrance is inside a cave.
What's the commotion?
Lilvani's temple. Got it?
Aye, got it. Hold there! Your friend, the medic. She were here. Ask that you look in on her.
Thanks.
Best remove myself from the premises here. In case someone is like, okay, superhuman speed witcher might have put a spoon in his eye.
Witcher in the ass. No wonder folk are dropping.
I do like the part where when the guy woke up, his first words were, "What the devil?" You'd think he refers to the guy with a spoon in his eye, but he was like, "Why is there a fly in my soup?" I don't know. Maybe it's that only I that expected him to immediately react to the dead guy, but that was real funny to me the first time. Okay, so let's go talk to Shani, because that's like an optional thing, clearly. She wanted to meet us. And Temple of Lilvani, we've been there, by the way. And I recall I did say that, oh, whoops, like, okay, this is gonna be relevant. I didn't remember where it was, but apparently it's here. And in the area where we end up in the temple, so we've been there and I was like, ooh, this is gonna be important later. Of course, no one will remember it because, you know, it's just a small area and there is a feature about it that stands up, but not in a way that you'd remember it if you didn't know to remember it, so it's... I'm just gonna, you know, just for the sake of mentioning that yes, we've been there and it existed the whole time. It's not just like, you know, it opens when you need it for a quest. Where the hell is Shani? Dang it. Oh, in this.
I feel like puking after that swill in the canteen. The famed Geralt of Riviera, I presume.
Yes, yes. Is it marked with the... Yeah, it is, okay. Shiny, shiny, shiny. How much can I find in here? Egg. I cannot believe I did used to loot all the books. I guess I never bothered to check that they were weightless. Description? Syndrome Rushel. Brew crushed marigold and drink While hot, thrice daily at mealtimes. Avoid all greasy foods. By no means drink alcohol in any form for duration treatment. This includes beer. I wonder if that's an actual, like, folk treatment for something. Like hemorrhoids or some shit like that. I don't know. Maybe troubles with whatever that kidney or whichever organ is that handles fried shit and also alcohol. I don't remember. The kidney is the one that's you have two of, and I think the one that handles those things is the singular one, but I don't remember it. Is it the spleen or I don't know.
The extent of what I know of the human body is that there is a skeleton inside.
Ah, yes. The one thing I will grant Undertale is that it had a kind of funny joke. When the skeletons you talk to, one of them says he basically like collected trivia on humans from the garbage that they threw down into the underworld by accident, and he knows what they look like. And I was like, maybe humans came from skeletons. That was kind of amusing. That was Shani?
Shani. Oh, Geralt. Good thing you're here.
I've fallen and I can get up.
What happened? Somebody break in?
This? No. Just getting ready to move.
What? When? Where to?
Not what I wanted to talk to you about. Or at least not only, but...
She's the only person in this game whose hair looks good.
I'm leaving, Geralt.
In 3D and all
The
that.
Eastern Front beckons. I'm Kedwin bound.
Never mentioned you'd be moving. Any intention to either.
I didn't know I would be. Found out this morning. 2 soldiers came to my door, said Redania needs me again.
Couldn't turn him down? Just say no?
Perhaps I could have. But I didn't want to. Treating the ill and wounded, it's my calling. No place I'm needed more than at the front.
Well, I don't really want to go against her calling. Even if she might secretly want us to protest here. Technically
I suppose.
We are shipped with Yen.
I understand. Any chance we'll see each other again?
Someday, I'm sure.
So it will be kind of stupid considering she knows we still aren't gonna like settle down permanently. We were like, no, I'm selfish, I just want to spend time with you whenever I want.
So, learn anything about Olgierd?
Well, I abandoned the books quickly. Decided that if I was going to learn the truth, I'd need to find someone who knows him.
Find anyone?
Turned out I didn't need to look far. A colleague at the Academy, an assistant to Professor Permathine Shakeslock, claims Olgierd von Everec met with the professor multiple times. Apparently, Olgierd asked the professor to do some research. Professor got so worked up doing it, he went daffy. Started jealously guarding his notes. Wouldn't even let his assistant look at them.
The professor. Where'll I find him?
Here in Oxenfurt. Cloistered inside his house on Academy grounds. Mage hunters guard his door.
Mage hunters at the door. He under house arrest?
I can't say, really. Some of the faculty think him a traitor. Say he sold out to the hunters for a hefty pouch of gold. The assistant, on the other hand, insists the professor wants him there to protect him. I don't know what from.
What's your guess?
He's certainly useful to them. A specialist in black magic and the occult? Must be a trove of knowledge.
If he's really gone off his nutter, I wouldn't be surprised to see them using him.
Need to talk to this professor.
We'll go together. Redanian guards all over the Academy. Doubt you'll get in alone.
I mean, I can kill everyone.
Guards have never stopped me. You know that.
Exactly.
Wound these, and I'll have to patch them up. Besides, we might run into a friend. Get inside free and easy.
Well, if I wound a bunch of guards, she'll have to stay here longer. Maybe I need to go on a spree. On a wounding spree.
So how are things at the Academy these days?
You mean since Radovid shut it down?
I mean, is it well guarded?
Might be all it is. Many of the faculty fled to the far north. The braver ones stayed, but assumed the guises of tailors and laundresses. Why?
Just curious. Scholars seem to have adopted mage tactics. They in the same bind? So the Eastern Front, and then?
Depends where they send me.
Wherever it is, take care of yourself.
I feel like the
Always
dialogue
do.
just skipped ahead there.
So don't worry.
Oh well. I wasn't really like 100% into what the scholars were doing. Well, I guess it is interesting because Oxenford is the town of knowledge and like learning and education. Mostly, I guess culture, whatever. But mostly, as I understand it, stands out for its massive fucking academy here or university, whatever it is, technically. And with the war and Radovid being a psycho that he is, even though he's dead, but you know, apparently this couldn't last. Which, you know, still probably better fate than turning into a liberal college. Also, yeah, this is tragic. Can't even loot them.
Halt! By order of King Radovid, no one's allowed inside the academy.
Not even lecturers?
No one means no one.
See, you've become quite the stickler, Norbert. You were much kinder when I was patching you up. By the way, how's your knee?
Fine. Dandy. As if no arrow ever struck it.
Consider yourself a lucky man.
Arrow
'Cause
to
if
the
I'd
knee.
not decided to operate, you'd be a cripple to the end of your days.
Bruno, eh? Maybe we ought to let her in. She's a decent lass. Not like to steal nothing.
All right. But alone, which will draw too much attention. I'd rather not get shite from the captain on his account.
Here's what we'll do. I'll go in, then help you sneak in around the back.
Could you talk a bit quieter about
Don't
sneaking
know,
in?
but I'll figure something out. Usually aren't nearly as many guards on the riverside.
Agreed.
All right, let me in.
Also, is it just me, or is like every single guard that we ever have to interact with have this particular face of this guy? And this guy I don't remember ever seeing before, so I feel like they could have diversified their model face usage. Okay, so I think she said river, some river. Maybe bad idea. Yeah, okay, there was land there, whoops.
Geralt was so depressed about being not let in, so he decided to kill himself.
I need education. Okay. See, if I was allowed in the academy, I wouldn't do something as stupid as that. I would learn that falling on land from a high atop place kills you. Wow, great. Okay, there I can walk out. What's the purpose of these logs? Sometimes, you know, if it's a shore, you would understand putting them so it doesn't, like, slide off. But this here is kind of weird. Oh. Naturally. This quite reminds me of Witcher 1, where early on, when we were trying to get into Vizima, we also spent some time on the shore outside of a city wall, looting area, killing drowners, but we didn't stream it, so that was kind of a useless remark because probably no one here ever played Witcher 1 or solved that part. But yeah, in the beginning there, part of the stuff that you had to do was kill a bunch of drowners at the shore. Nothing to find. Do I go further? Oh. Well, this is probably locked here. I'm expecting Shani to throw me a rope of some kind. Because I feel like I remember something like that happening, but I might be completely wrong and maybe I didn't need to go here. It is very possible that she'll just show up on the wall somewhere if I like approach. Yeah, there we go. See if I had my minimap sensor on.
Psst. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Grab the line.
I appreciate she was able to throw it down without girl noticing.
Where'd you get the rope?
Long story. But we've done well. Professor Shakeslock's house is at the end of this street. Witch hunters guard the door. Doubt I'll be able to sweet-talk them.
Been a huge help already, Shani. Thanks.
It was nothing. Really. You'd have done the same for me. If you wish to see me again before I go, I'll be at home. Packing will take some time yet.
Alright. Be seeing you.
So seeing the professor, as far as I know, adds a little sum to the final sequence of events. But I'm not sure what seeing Shiny after this does. Probably just a little dialogue after... And she just leaves and stuff. Oh no. Everyone saw me. Well, I mean, actually, witch hunters, we are fine with killing. Especially crossbowmen. Just fuck them. This guy should feel lucky that the bomb just... Well, I mean, no longer, but... originally that bomb bonked off his head. And with my amazing cluster bombs, that's a surefire way to get undamaged by the bombs, is that get hit by the initial projectile. Yeah, that was a hella powerful bolt.
Watch his whirling! Watch out!
That's enough of that.
What the fuck did I block that behind my back?
Come on, over here!
Man, his delay is there. Okay, there we go, that's a parry. Interesting, still can't hit him with a parry even. Well. Okay, got to counterattack this guy with quick attacks. By the way, I am noticing in my character here, I have this skill that I'm really not using, steady aim. Time is slowed 35% while aiming bombs. I feel like I maybe thought it would be useful, but it didn't end up being. I might end up exchanging it for something else, because there's like 200 vitality bonus isn't really worth a potential increase in, like, if I put this skill, it can give me a bunch of fast attack damage increase, though it does also increase potion duration time, but you know, at this point it's less of a concern. Hello, Luis. Where is there a guy hanging? Can believe there is, but I didn't see. Oh! Oh! Demiridium shackles, hell yeah! Hell yeah! Maybe I need to go kill more witch hunters. I hope we can dismantle them into proper Demiridium. Fuck, this guy didn't have them. Oh man, I wonder if I can just go into Novigrad and just fight the guards for a while. Huh. Wonder why that isn't inspectable, but not really. I think this is actually like a way to escape. I'm gonna check it out just in case it isn't. Yeah, I think you just dive out here after you've done the professor thing. No, I didn't want that. Got that fish though, I'm all about that. Ah, fuck it. I guess that was the way in. Whoa! Huh. I don't remember that little detail.
Kinda useless.
Most things, Lewis.
Shattered mirror. No sign of impact. Probably not an accident. Shattered by a sound, maybe. Someone looking at me scream.
How does someone scream loud enough to shatter a mirror? Outside of a cartoon.
Julian Alboco's lesser key. Tomes about demons. Dusty as they come.
It's not about loudness. It's about like frequency. Pretty sure you can just learn how to shatter a glass with your voice. Without any, you know, sound amplification devices.
Maybe.
Silver Lamen. Don't know the sigil. Hasn't been used in ages, looks like.
Sigil.
Franco? Is that you? Leave the bedpan in the usual spot.
Yeah.
Take the platter. I shan't be eating today.
Professor Shakeslock.
Who the blazes? How'd you get in? Get out. I know nothing. Don't wish to know anything. Understand? No, no, no. Out!
Not gonna hurt you.
That demon sent you. I'm sure of it.
What demon?
Feigned ignorance. Please. You know. Gaunter O'Dim. Evil incarnate.
He didn't send me, but he is why I'm here. I'm a witcher.
A mutant. Yeah. Could be.
Why are there guards outside your door? You a prisoner?
Protective custody. That's the phrase. Protective. When I cannot decide my own fate, cannot breathe without their permission.
What do they want from you?
You may not be aware, but I'm one of the foremost experts on the occult. Living experts, that is. My mentor was the outstanding Professor Lionel Van...
And you're cooperating with the witch hunters now?
Cooperating? As if I had a choice. They're ignorant, but not enough to ignore what I know about magic, witches, sorceresses, what have you. Knowledge they use for barbaric ends, but that's beyond my control.
Came here because I need information. Think you might be the only man who has it.
A witcher. Then it follows I needn't fear. I'm hardly a post-conjunction creature.
What did Olgierd von Everec want from you?
I curse the day I first set eyes upon the man. He appeared at my doorstep one day, offering a sack of gold were I only to find out who Gaunter O'Dim is and how to get rid of him. I agreed. Such matters are my speciality. And I needed the coin. I pored over countless tomes, delved into obscure incidents and analysed folk legends. I went so far as to travel to Nilfgaard, the library there, where at last I hit upon the mysterious entity's trail. There are records of encounters dating back thousands of years in many cultures under many names, but always as evil incarnate. In this land we call him Gaunter O'Dim, at times Master Mirror or the Man of Glass. In deciphering the ancient scrawlings I went blind, yet I learned a great deal. For example, that he plays with his victims and thrives on pacts above all else. Seemingly harmless contracts which drive their parties to madness.
What's with the surroundings? These runes, what do they mean?
They protect me. Here, evil cannot touch me.
How do you know?
He told me himself. Paid me a visit once. Fascinating meeting that was. I was blind already, but saw him clearly. He smiled at me. Said he was honoured I'd taken such an interest in him. He wished to thank me, and explained he'd taken a similar interest in me. He drew the circle and said I'd be safe within it. His way of repaying me, you see.
Ever tried to leave it?
If you'd heard how he said it, you'd be as certain as I am what leaving would bring.
Know anything else about the man?
Gaunter O'Dim is no man. He is evil. Evil which assumes various forms. Forget about him, or die.
You're alive.
Alive? Yet I live in constant fear, born of what I've learned about him.
Olgierd signed one of these pacts with him?
Brilliant deduction. But have you guessed why? You must know that he came from a wealthy, influential line. He must have, if the family of his betrothed accepted him. Yet did you know his fortune soured? He himself became an outcast, impoverished. Iris's family, a powerful house, could not accept this, would not marry their daughter to a nobody. Olgierd wished to elope. The further away, the better. Yet Iris refused to cut her family ties.
Quite the predicament.
Indeed. Their luck turned yet darker when a wandering witch mentioned a solution. A man who would grant any wish. His name, Master Mirror. The rest follows naturally. Olgierd and O'Dim, a meeting at a crossroads, a wish, a pact signed in blood, and a price to be paid. Olgierd was to sacrifice one he loved. O'Dim delights in difficult choices. He knew Olgierd loved two in this world, his betrothed and his brother, Vladimir. Olgierd chose, and soon thereafter married his beloved Iris, his fortune restored.
So he did kill Vladimir?
Kind of indirectly, apparently, yes. I did mention when we were doing the wedding that Vladimir and the whole relationship with Olgierd would still kind of come up in a not too significant way, but still. So yeah, let's hear about that.
So did Olgierd kill his own brother?
No, no. Deduce, Witcher. O'Dim acts directly or indirectly. Olgierd merely signed the blood letter. The next day, his brother was dead.
Well, Louis, you would be, I guess, if you met someone like Gunther.
Olgierd tell you all that?
He had to. How else was I to diagnose his case?
Make it sound like an illness.
It is worse. Many illnesses are treatable, but play with evil, and medicine can be much harder to find.
Why was Olgierd out to get rid of O'Dim? He'd gotten what he wanted.
Had he? His heart had turned cold as ice. His feelings for his wife, for whom he'd sacrificed his brother, had withered. He'd lost all he'd loved. Had he wanted any of this? No. O'Dim grants what you wish, not what you want. All who sign a pact learn the difference and die by it.
All? No way to get rid of him?
Kill him, you mean? Kill evil? No. Yet the annals tell of a man who dissolved his pact by defeating O'Dim at his own game.
Meaning?
O'Dim wields contracts, word traps, duels of wits. Challenge him to such a duel. He'll agree, and can be beaten. But remember, there is only ever one stake. The sole thing he truly desires. Human souls.
O'Dim left a mark on my face. Any way to get it off?
A mark? No mention in the tomes. Strange. Unless... Unless it will disappear once your pact is fulfilled.
If I challenge him, end the pact that way, will it go away?
That I do not know. The one man who succeeded bore no mark.
Thanks. Helped me a lot.
Good. Very good. Ah, to feel useful after so many years locked up, living in fear. Why, it's pleasance itself.
Wow.
Yep. Reminds me a little bit of V. But they didn't show all this house creaking and dust falling for no reason. And the
Can you
first time,
still meet Shani at this point?
yeah, this is probably the only point. If I kind of guess if you go meet Olgierd, then she's just gonna vanish because she
Well,
leaves
you do that, and I'm gonna reset the router.
Okay. And then we're gonna read Professor Shakesloke's journal. I don't remember the part where after you break the door, it shows the whole like wooden beams here cracking. I wonder if they added it or if just I just forgot. Huh. Because I'm pretty sure you always come from up here, that's the only way. I don't remember that, insinuating the whole house like being on edge is my fault, almost. No, Geralt, why? I just wanted to jump over that shit. Oh wait, I got a key. Maybe I could unlock the front door. Whoops! Well, not the first time I died from falling today. Or in general, especially. Got killed by Iris's worst fear. There is the door in the corner. Okay, so I'm gonna remember, guess from memory that you leave through this tower. Let's go see Shani. And let's hope Hippocate gives us a signal when he comes back, because I want to read the journal of Shakesloke. Even though it's probably not going to have anything he didn't tell us, but still. Notice how Gunter's Odim, Gunter Odim's theme is still playing. I wonder when it actually stops playing. How do I get out of here? Actually, Shiny is on the main island, not on this Academy island.
Turns out I didn't have to do shit.
Okay.
Good.
Because I was annoyed at the possibility of having to call you on Discord again or something. So let's stand in the rain and read the journal of Professor Shakesloke and see if he has written anything he hadn't told us before dying like an idiot. My notes and observations, Professor Shakesloke. The Circle of Odim created terrifies me. I cannot see it, but I know it is here. I know no name for the sense with which I perceive it. When I near its bounds, strange shivers shoot down my spine. This is not pain, but something that stands my hair on edge like hedgehog's quivers. Kinda reminds me of, you know, the play zone you get in VR helmets, which shows up on top of every other graphics.
Oh no, VR is the deal with the devil!
I mean, kinda close. A month has passed, and still I slay within the runic circle. Nightmares prey on me more and more. I've come to fear sleep. I know not how long I can withstand this. Honestly, in terms of sleep, that circle would kind of feel equal to sleeping on top of like a small circular tower. Because if you accidentally roll over and out of it, you will die. I dreamt I had a daughter. This was strange, for I've never had children. Yet one came to me in my sleep. She was no older than 10. She called me daddy and loved me deeply. I could see it in her eyes. The strangest part of all was that I also burned for her wish of a great paternal love. Can one possibly dream of someone who does not exist? Can one love such a one? One. I no longer fear sleep. Perhaps Odim has decided to give me peace. I have no desire to change his mind. My dreams of Emily give me great joy. My daughter is a good and clever girl. I believe she will grow into a wonderful woman. A shame she exists only in my dreams. Not only do I no longer fear sleep, but now I cannot wait for the moment in which it comes. What a fantastic transformation! Nothing changes, I shall soon try to leave the circle. I know now why I dreamt for weeks of the child I never had. It was his doing. This night my daughter died. She caught a strange illness which pocked, okay. Her whole body with hideous oozing sores. She cried, begging me to help. I could do nothing. She died in my arms. I awoke, soaked with sweat. I remain a wreck, my mind tattered. 3 months have passed since Emily's death. My heart still bleeds, and horrifying visions plague my every moment. I am a blind man who wishes he saw nothing, for utter blindness will be a relief compared to these tormenting visions. I cannot persevere much longer. I have become a deeply unhappy old man. I have now lived within the magic circle for a year. Thoughts of suicide haunt my mind even more often. It would be so simple. I need but step outside the ruins. Well, at least we came early enough so he could give us the solution. And so I believe, I have no evidence of this. I've never tried, and I've never seen it in a playthrough. But I believe that if you don't go to him, you don't have the option to challenge your team. Unless you do, which would be kind of weird. Because what's the point? Wait, this is a different... must be a different blacksmith. Oh! It's okay, let's try to find Shani again. I didn't actually get around to her because I was trying to figure out the way out of the gutter. Literally. Is that French? I feel like I heard Raukau swear like that sometimes. I know, I think he says like fauche, yeah. I don't know what it means there. Where is that orange brick house that Shani lives in? Kinda like this one. But with the medicinal serpent thingamajig. And I think it hangs on the outside. Yeah, there he is. There it is rather, but whatever. Shani? Yeah, and there she is.
Yes, Geralt.
Ha! Well.
Finally some time to talk. Tell me where you've been, what you've done since you left Vizima.
After our paths diverged? Well, the peace was brief, but I used it well. Went back to Oxenfurt, completed my doctorate, then I believe I did time in every field hospital and medic's tent north of the Yaruga.
Never could stand to be idle.
I'm not a witcher. Not likely to live 150 years. My time's much shorter, so I try to use every bit wisely.
Always did know what you wanted.
True. Nothing's changed in that sense.
Kind of unsettling to talk to her while Gunter Zodim... I said that again. Gunter Zodim's music theme is playing in the background. Well, hopefully Gwent at least changes the music.
I wanted to ask you something.
Ask me now.
Just curious. You ever play Gwent?
What a troll.
Oh, Geralt. Geralt. Of course I play. What else is there to do come evening when one's among soldiers? Come on, let's lay them out.
Good. Fuck tons of spies in a bro. I guess I can exchange this just in case. Oh, that was a good exchange. I'll keep everything else. Let's go. I know, right, Lois? I was like, oh, Shani, I've always wanted to ask you. Do you play Gwent?
How could you? I'm a decent woman.
Also, yeah, holy shit. Gunter Dim. This is the Gunter Dim themed Gwent match. What the fuck?
He's watching. He loves Gwent.
Actually, it would be kind of cool if we could play him as well at some point, but I don't think we ever have him just Sid. I mean, I wonder if I could have talked to him during the wedding, additionally. If he was still sitting there. Okay, now here's the thing. I kinda want to give him the 5 power spy in a row where he has the horn in this round. I'll save the spy for the next round.
Throw Vesemir at him?
Yeah, I guess that's the thing that I should be doing, because honestly, with these cards, I kind of almost feel like I should throw the trebuchet at him, because I've got these, and with Vesemir, that's gonna be like my front row powerhouse, kind of almost, for the horn. Then again, I have 2
I
horns.
guess.
The magic, I'm not gonna use in this round, so... I was honestly thinking of doing my classic thing. I don't know if he has any further dummies or healers, if I should save my dummy, but I was thinking of stealing the trebuchet back at this point. Fuck it. I really want to just lure him to passing as usual. I mean him? Her. There we go. And I guess the least loss of points would be Trebuchet and Hornet. I mean, I lose 5 additional points for the magic then. But I don't give a shit at this point. I think the bros and the heroes and the possible other card. I wish I had something to resurrect. I guess I'll resurrect my Trebuchet. Which is kinda useless. Maybe she has Scorch. Squirtle, I don't know. Monsters probably have most Scorch. Ooh, another spy. Now I'm starting to think maybe I should have held on to that dummy. Another horn, nice, and I guess a hero, I think. Clearly, okay. Too bad I have no way to kill him. Oh, not bad. And another bro as well. Okay, now I wish I kept the decoy. He's just gonna have... I mean, by this dude, of course, I mean Shani, but Shani's gonna have hella cards. Okay, let's go on an all-out assault with the heroes. Another healer, so what, another spy, or... oh, okay. God damn it. Now she's not gonna Scorch, and I don't have a Scorch and I have no way to get it. Because the only other thing I can bring back is a Trebuchet. I guess if I've got the second horn, that is a little bit of a win. Technically I could also pass the round, but I feel like I should be able to win with my numbers. I just need to hold off putting down anything that's stronger than 12. Ooh, that's gonna bite. Ooh, that bites. Now I really wish there was a Scorch somewhere in the field. Still though, I'm still kind of fine. I'm gonna hold off putting down front row cards because she might have that front row killing card. Wait, his front row. I'm gonna keep her just in case of Scorch. Oh boy. Oh, that probably wouldn't stack with Dandelion.
Yeah,
but...
probably wouldn't.
Oof. Oof. Okay, I guess there's no real sense in keeping her. Fuck it, let's bring the Trebuchet back. Actually, if she had the kill front row, she could kill the spy and I could bring him back. But I mean, too late now, but still. Please no Scorch. Okay. Still, she has this dude. Scorch would kill a little bit of hers. Holy shit, that row is getting packed. I should still... I actually don't know. I probably should be able to overcome the total number. Oh, okay, that was a bit dumb, but 2 cards. Okay, let's calculate. They all add 4, so it's gonna be 36 at the end, I think. Unless they double each time. I don't think they double each time. I think they just add 4 every time. Let's roll off that assumption. 36, 40, 46. Oh shit, okay, 46 minus 14 is 32, so we add 32 to this. That's gonna be already more, I think, or almost more, and with the horn, it's gonna be super more. Unless I made a mistake somewhere in the calculations and like forgot that I already applied the horn to the calculations. Okay, already more. Nice. Whew. Maths. Doesn't she feel down for it? I mean, she might have had just, you know, horrid frost or whatever.
Oh, you're good. So good, I'd say you spend more time chatting up folk for games than you do on serious matters.
Hey, now I resemble that.
Got lucky, that's all.
Likely. But here, I dare say, a formidable card from an old friend.
I wonder which one.
So you won't have to rely entirely on luck.
I don't remember her using anything I didn't have. Ooh, no, she did use all geared. I kind of want to look at what type of card he is because I didn't notice. If she used it, it must be either a hero or squirrel. Dang it.
Gotta say, wedding was a great idea. Rarely have a chance to rest, get away from it all. Did me good to do just that.
Oh, I'm a medic. I tend to know what I'm doing when I prescribe something.
Hope Vladimir's antics weren't too annoying.
Peculiar man. Ghost, true. But I found him likable. Wager he was a real hoot when he was alive.
Said you needed to think things over. Have you?
Yes. I decided you're incredibly sweet, but...
But we're better off keeping things as they were.
You're always going places, and they're likely to ship me off soon. Besides, we tried once, and you know how that worked out.
You're right. But promise to share a bottle of wine with me from time to time?
Of course. I tell you what, I'll keep one handy.
I just gotta leave a trail of still living bodies in my wake, and she'll come find me.
See you later.
I wonder if her reference to a previous attempt between them means she was in the books or one of the plots in Witcher 1, because Witcher 1 you can choose between her and Triss, as far as I know. Largely. But in there you sleep with like dozens of women, so... Oh well, Temple of Ilvani, south. Let's go, where the hell is south? I forgot where this goes. I thought it went northeast, but it didn't. It actually goes like south somewhere. Southwest. So I wager south is probably that direction. And the cave and everything was on a east-facing cliff.
Oh.
So I would go past this island here and a little bit left and keep to the shoreline. I don't actually have to go through the cave, I'm pretty sure, to end up in the Temple of Lilvani. Ooh, chest. Ooh, more chests even. Meteorite ore could be useful for my future upgrades. Oh well. I wonder how you disable this music. Do you have it playing for eternity until you finish this quest line, or does it just stop if you go far enough away? Part of me is tempted to try to play the second DLC and see if I can go through that entirety with this music playing, but that's probably not gonna happen. Also, that must be east. If it's really early dawn. So I guess that those cliffs over there are probably around where I'm heading. Yeah, because the Temple of Lilvani area It was kind of on the cliffside a little bit. I don't remember if every time I saw that ending, the weather or the time of day was the same. But sometimes in this game I think it does, like, scriptedly force it to be a certain time of day. And I feel like it always was night in there. Ooh, hidden treasure. Ooh, piece of candy. Where is the hidden treasure though? I realize it's hidden, but I don't want it to be hidden. Therefore, map. Also, I was kind of going in the right direction. That's good to know. Not a key. The Northerners carried Great Sun banner, enlisted. In 50 months, I'm seeing a senior day, other errands. There's sent to find some chests, baubles robbed from Norlings. Fell off wagon as the transport was heading south. Wandering some for days. One thing we found was a hole in little boot in the cow's skull. What a waste. Okay, so there's just a chest somewhere. Helpful. Helpful. That red thing is the monster. As is that. These people are just kind of like walking around as if nothing stalks the shadows. This is also not that much of a swamp. And also there's not really a road anywhere where the chest could have fallen off of. Mayhaps it rolled down into the water. There are drowners I don't wish to deal with. Let's see if it just shows us on the map and see if this. No, it doesn't. Maybe because I don't have the quest activated. Oh well. Then again, it did completely remove itself from the map. Did it appear in my... Okay, it did. I thought it would stay on the minimap if I hadn't found it yet, but apparently... Okay, there's the chest maybe. Apparently it gets removed even if you're still yet to find it. Good thing these are level 4s. Kind of cathartic. Interesting. Also a long way to roll from a wagon. Okay, from my brief glance on the map, I learned that we have to cross another river, I think, south. So why not we just jump into this boat that's conveniently here and sail straight to the Temple of Lilvani, which should be visible from the water. I wonder if my speed of the boat is limited if I'm close to the shore, because I feel like it's not going full speed even though I'm holding shift. Ah, maybe it is. Kind of wish they forewent the pathetic little pieces of realism here and went with how Rune 2 is apparently going to have, because the Viking like longboats in the trailer, in the gameplay trailers for that game, they fucking speed off like motorboats through the seas. So that is just convenient. Sailing is never fun. I mean, even like in Wind Waker or here, kind of fun to just, you know, explorate and see things and look for things in giant ocean. But it's not the best way to achieve that kind of sensation. Dare I say, some sort of pirate game would be better. Though I don't remember having such a feeling from Assassin's Creed 4. Probably because I played fully consulting in the map at all times and also it wasn't that open. Okay, let's see if we can climb this shit. Or if we should have just approached from the other side and perhaps went to the caves as expected of us. I feel like I didn't go through the caves when I first approached this place and said about how yeah, this is gonna be relevant. But yeah, who knows what I might have been doing. I wish I could do this in real life. Welcome back, please. I've also had pizza today, though at work and not at home. Only 2 slices. Was about to go home at 4 p.m. and just when I was like closing up all my applications, got a message in Telegram, hey, go by the elevators, which usually means there's an order arriving that I have to help carry to the office. Turned out to be pizzas, so I stayed for 20 minutes eating them.
50% of the time at work, Antroid just looks at shit on the internet. And 40% of the time he eats pizza. And 10% of the time he actually does work.
Well, I find it actually varies widely between periods of time and kind of tasks I have. Because now we're back to cutting bags out of backgrounds, and that's kind of thing I can just sit and do the whole day while I also listen or just kind of with one eye watch some sort of YouTube video. Okay, where is the cave entrance? And you know, might be the percentage of doing work time might be higher because we're waiting for Steam to approve a thing, and then it's gonna make us wait for until release because it like arbitrarily sets a delay before it can release a thing after approving. And during that time, I've got nothing better to do. With boss agreed, I can just keep cutting out bags that will put and diversify our bag assortment in the demo. Oh well. Maybe after that I can take a vacation. I actually should probably ask before it's too close to the time. Okay, I think this is just another entrance. Yeah, it's not where I need to go. This is not the Temple of Lilvani. It was probably up that stair-shaping thingamajig. Woo! Yeah, there's already fire there, good sign. As we all know, you can find an ancient temple by a never-burning torch, or dozen. So, I don't know if it's a timed choice, but I feel like it's not much of a spoiler to say that we can choose to challenge Gunter Dim and save Olgierd.
Already said that.
Yeah, save Olgierd's soul though, or we can just let Odim have Olgierd's soul. So, since we might not have the time to choose properly, Hippocat, do you consider Olgierd worth of saving at all?
Not really.
But I'm still gonna do it because, you know, it's the better ending of this quest. I don't know why I even asked, because I was never going to choose not save him. Actually, I mean, probably not a spoiler either, since we're not doing it, to say that if we do let Odim just have Olgierd's soul, he can grant us a wish, and we can choose from like an infinite food item, infinite alcohol item. I forget there are some other like boosts, maybe like great speed and it gives you a shitty like horse accessory. Or we can ask him about... I actually forget what the question is, but he tells us how to get the best ending with Ciri and the main plotline, but that's irrelevant by now. But yeah, obviously if we choose to give up Olgierd's soul to Odim, that kind of cuts that short, and if we choose to challenge him for it, that's an extra, like the finishing, kind of climactic finish to this whole situation, so it was never gonna be an actual option. Also, I honestly kind of feel bad for Olgierd, and when I played, I chose it without much hesitation at all.
So
yeah.
you can do that before you beat the core game, right?
Yeah, and then his...
And Geralt just didn't think to wish for, like, Wild Hunt fucking itself.
I mean, considering how Gunther can twist your wishes and do something horrible, I kind of like don't want to imagine what he would do in that case. Maybe like cause the apocalypse to happen. So yeah, this was the place where I briefly poked into and said, hey, this is gonna be relevant. Oh, objective overall, Luis, is we are trying to get rid of the shitty scar on our face because we are bound by the pact with Gunther O'Dim.
Strange choice of locale. Guessing there's a reason for it.
Who has us fulfilling this dude's wishes. And now we fulfilled all his wishes, and the final thing we had to do was call him here, because Gunther mentioned briefly, like, we'll all meet 3 and blah blah blah, and apparently the only place where the 3 of us can meet is here, because I guess Gunther just won't show up anywhere else. Well, I want to be honest with him, honestly. This is kind of bullshit. This is also bullshit, and he may or may not see through our lies, but...
Wasn't me who chose it.
I assumed so. But since we're here, I believe you have something for me.
Fulfilled the 3rd wish.
How do I know this to be the rose? Very well might have picked this up at the Oxenfurt market an hour ago.
Look closely at it. Got it from Iris. It was the last thing that bound her to this world.
What?
Whoops. Okay, it's a token of her love for you. Iris didn't want to exist anymore. It shows a symbol of your parting, of punishment. My choice would be the 2nd, but Hippika, what do you think here?
2nd is good enough.
I feel like I keep just skewing your opinion by prefacing with my choice. But
Not
maybe,
really.
yeah,
I don't give a shit about your opinion.
Good. In this case, it's very good.
Iris was tired of living half alive, half dead. Thinks she just wanted it to end.
Can't blame her. I condemned her to terrible suffering. Iris, what a mess we made of it all. If I'd only known then how it would end. What's happening? I feel as though the hot irons pierce my chest.
Kind of appropriate that there are like stone statues all around us, considering how this whole thing started with him.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Oh, hey, Master Margarita.
So glad to see everyone's... How do you feel, Von Emmerich? A little less troubled? Lighter in the heart?
Or dim? What do you want?
What do you mean, what? Your soul.
You forget. The pact states you can take it only once you've fulfilled 3 wishes, and...
And we stand together on the moon. Well, what do you know?
What? No. We had a pact. The moon is there. There! Not here.
I gave you what you wished for. Here, on the moon, our contract you fulfilled.
Awesome. You cheated me.
I never cheat.
Okay, yeah, it was a time choice.
Do not interfere, Witcher. Remember what I did to the last fool who interrupted me.
Well, I have glasses.
Grant wishes, right? Grant mine and release him.
You can't put a spoon in my eye.
His debt.
Let him go, and I'll take it on. We'll call it mine.
You wish to give your soul for his?
No, but we can play for them.
Let's play
If I
Gwent.
lose, you take mine and Olgierd's. But if I win, you release us both.
Imagine if it was actually
What
Gwent.
do you propose we play?
Yeah.
Gwent?
Holy shit.
Don't know. Maybe we can bet on a challenge. You know I'm good at accomplishing the impossible. seen me do it.
Very well. But we shall do this my way.
So yeah, among other things, of course we can't miss out on this whole challenge, but among other things, the possible missable sword diagram is in here, or sword itself, so I kind of want at least check what it is.
What's happening?
You wish to play, so let us play. I shall tell you a riddle. Solve it, and both you and Olgierd will be free.
And if I don't?
Then we'll all three go for a wild ride. It's what you proposed, is it not?
The riddle. Let me hear it.
To all things and men I appertain, and yet by some am shunned and disdained. Fondle me and ogle me till you're insane, but no blow can harm me, cause me pain. Children delight in me, elders take fright, fair maids rejoice and spin. Cry and I weep, yawn and I sleep, smile and I shall grin.
What was that supposed to be?
You tell me. What am I?
Well, that's fairly obvious, actually. How smart are you, Hippocate? Did you solve the riddle?
I already forgot what it was about.
Didn't quite catch the riddle. Mind repeating it?
To all things and men I appertain, and yet by some am shunned and disdained. Fondle and ogle me till you're insane, but no blow can harm me, cause me pain. Children delight in me, elders take fright, fair maids rejoice and spin. Cry and I weep, yawn and I sleep, smile and I too shall grin.
Well, since he's like the mirror man, probably it's like mirror or reflection or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, mirrors can be broken, so it can't be a mirror because it said no blow can destroy me or whatever, cause me pain. So it's very likely a reflection. And I just noticed that when he repeats the riddle, I'm pretty sure it's a different line, different recording, because some of the intonations were different. And that's kind of interesting that they actually went through the trouble of doing that, because it would be very easy, and no one would notice if they just reused the same.
You're going down.
We shall see, my friend.
Unfortunately, it does not accept a verbal answer.
Before the sand in the hourglass runs out.
Yeah, we kind of just shout out the answer.
Ready? Let's begin.
Okay, so this is hell. Kind of, not really. Oh, no, right, of course I cannot save here. I might lose this a couple times because I don't remember exactly how to reach the end point. I do remember how to solve this. And also I'm going to be looking for that missable thingamajig. And just for the interactables, because there's like little interactions and sequences in here. Okay, let's go start the timer.
What is this place?
You like it? Plenty more where it came from. Just remember, you must find me before time runs out.
Okay, I kind of don't want to really get involved with all these assholes. So, okay, I'm gonna skip the interactables and... Ooh, this is certain death. I think in some of these places, Geralt sees visions of other characters, like falling down or hanging on some cliff, and he tries to go for them, and then they fall, and turns out they were just visions. So I think there's like a cave in here somewhere with the item in it. Yeah, like down there.
Geralt, save me!
We can get fooled by that on accident. That doesn't really matter. Now I need to find the cave with the possible sword diagram or whatever loot. It might be if you jump across there, so we might actually see this old scene here.
Hang on, I'm coming.
I don't know if it's always shiny. I don't know what would happen in that well, but there were some specters over there. I also don't know if the timer goes down while the cutscene is playing. Okay, can I actually...
should have been given him the middle finger.
Whoops. Well, probably couldn't actually jump across there, but yeah. So I'm just looking to find that cave and then run into the house, because I'm pretty sure the house on the horizon is where you need to go. Also, Mighty Spider is kind of right on the spider. Water would be a real good solution, because we need to find me, as he said, and of course, considering his question it raised, what am I, we need to find a reflection. And the water would be a good reflection. And you might remember... What?
Too bad video games nowadays cannot do reflections.
Right? We are doomed. If only it was like Serious Sam.
Just remember, you must find.
You might remember the hint from the dog about the glass that does not shatter.
Yeah.
The key to obviously that's water. I will say, to my eternal shame, I forgot all about that hint. And when I arrived at the end of this whole thing, I was stuck there for a little bit, let's just say, for a fair bit of time. Okay, let's assume that I don't have to jump across that bridge. Let's just pass that whole shiny thing. Then again, that place looks like exceedingly... Oh no, okay, here is where we actually need to jump. That place over there might be the cave with the loot in it. Might have some money in there too. He's like, hey, he's trying to distract us with the riches and stuff. Too bad we can't actually take some of these riches.
Really, Geralt? Unable to resist a few shiny coins?
You don't know me.
I truly expected more of you. Especially since time is short.
Okay, I probably should be just looking in the chests.
Are you actually sure you keep all this shit?
I am pretty sure you keep all this shit. Because I know that there is a missable sword or sword diagram in here. Though I'm not sure I actually found it. It might be actually not in this cave. Oh well. I guess that's it for the cave. If I missed it, so be it. Also, yeah, Mighty Spider, there are technically many places where I could see a reflection of some sort. Okay, what's...
Awful. You're doing terribly. Remember.
What? Lost your nerve?
I wonder if some of these places could have the sword, but whatever. I don't feel like fighting the specters right now. It's not that important. I'm gonna look up on the internet where the schematic might be in. Might be in the house here, for all I know. I'm just gonna loot everything I can without any sort of distinction.
And then you're like, you're overburdened and cannot run.
Yeah, that would be kind of a terrible way to go. I'm kind of tempted to look up where the chest was.
You didn't expect it to be that easy, did you?
I probably should have made a hard save. When we enter this, I mean exit this, I'm gonna make a hard save, then quick load and make a hard save before this, so off camera I can maybe go back and find that thing. Hello, Relwar. Just in time for the conclusion. So you can run around here for as long as you want, trying to approach all these mirrors. And they always always break. But there is this fountain here. Empty though, no water. And a cracked wall. That's literally all we have to do. Can you believe I like lost 5 times here when I first played? I just did not see this part being interactable. I was looking for already present water.
Gotcha. Be gone. You've lost.
Actually, some people have claimed to know what he says there, translated from something. I don't know what it is.
Any better?
But I think it was generic threats like, oh,
Yeah, thanks.
I'll come back someday.
Wine's revived me a bit.
This plonk could revive a corpse. An exquisitely rank vintage. You know what, though? It's good at last to taste something real. So, have at it. Tell me what the blazes just happened. Your brand's gone. Guessing that's a good sign?
First off, you tell me what it's like to have a heart of stone.
It's wonderful at the start. You feel no fear, no angst, but also no concern, no care for anyone, not even those you loved. And gradually, you lose them. Well, you know how it ended.
What about your senses? Taste, smell?
All there. At first, I savoured the world like never before. It was stronger, more clear.
How's that possible?
I did not wish for a heart of stone. That was a mere side effect. I wished to win back Iris's hand and have my fortune restored. And then to live like there was no tomorrow. And thus I lived until I ceased to feel anything at all. What a joy to be done with it. Because I am done, right? Will you tell me what happened?
O'Dim decided to have some fun at my expense. Devised a game I was supposed to lose. Seems he'd forgotten the training you put me through. In doing the undoable.
So only to protect myself. In doing so, I put you in harm's way. Forgive me.
Well, don't have to worry about him anymore. You're safe and free.
I thank you. Though I've no notion what to do with this freedom now. Mira took everything. Everything I loved. All I held dear.
Not true. Got your heart back.
A bitter victory. Now at last I sense how much I've lost. I've a heart again. Yet all it feels is grief, sadness, and defeat. My life is a ruin.
You've handled tougher situations. You'll figure this one out.
Yes, he is, Louis.
Got a company of faithful comrades waiting. Got a home, your fortune.
No. I cannot live as I did before.
So what'll you do?
I don't know. But one thing's clear. It's time I took fate into my own hands. Lived life anew. And truly, this time.
Sounds like a plan.
I'll never forget what you did for me, Witcher. I have something for you.
Can't accept this.
You can, and must. This sabre's been in my family for generations. Even when I'd lost all else, it remained at my side. Means a great deal to me.
All the more reason why I can't take it.
Do me the honor. This'll mark the start of my new life. And such a weapon could be right useful to you.
Thank you.
Ow!
What a dickhead, couldn't even take it carefully.
You needn't be. I thank you again, Geralt. And good luck on the path.
Good luck to you too.
This sword was in my family for generations. Shitty stats. Gonna sell it to the first merchant.
I think I did that on my own first playthrough. But this time I'm gonna keep it as I will keep the spade of the caretaker. Most of the other like unique relics, kind of not as interesting, but I'm gonna keep the Alfiri stuff and the stuff I acquired throughout this. So okay, skip the credits because who cares? Let's see about the stats. It might be slightly comparable, and it might have like a special property of some sort. Iris, you see, it's actually like fucking stronger than my current steel sword. Shame it's not silver though, because I could combine it with a shovel. Weapon charges with energy during combat. When its color changes to red, a strong attack will release this energy as next a powerful strike at the cost of part of the attacker's vitality. So yeah, it has a very special move to it, which I'm kind of curious about. I'm gonna sell like this crap, this crap, this crap, and that's the 3 swords I'm gonna sell. And I'm pretty sure I didn't find the goddamn one thing that I wanted to find in that place. So I'm gonna make an empty save slot here. I'm gonna load the quick save and see if it's... Where the hell is this? Let's just load a checkpoint of some sort. Yeah, the quick... I might not have quick saved in a goddamn long time. So where will this put me? This seems like the beginning of the hellscape, so I won't be able to make a solid save in there. Probably not main. I mean, Luis, could be until I upgrade my Witcher swords. I might actually stick with this one for a bit just to see how it looks. I will also try on that ornate robe that I found in Iris's house. I guess it was a Von Everett estate, not Iris's house. So okay, I'm gonna make a save here, and after this session today I'm gonna look up if I can what the sword is and if it's worth my investigation. Unless I did pick it up because I was kind of blindly rushing, picking up all the chests. I didn't see any sort of notification about finding a new recipe in there. So it might have been not in that cave but somewhere else. I do kind of want... I don't remember the specific things I found there. I think all my jewelry, like I found a lot of jewelry in the vault, robbing it last time, so I don't know if I can find that specific, like, there was like a gold ring or something that I got from the magic cave of bullshit. Still got the rose. Ah, no, it's a different rose, never mind. And I don't know if any of this is what I might have gotten in that cave, but I'm pretty sure you keep the stuff you get in there. I guess I stole the portrait of them. The hairbrush, I also must still have the hairbrush, because it was kind of... Yeah, with the choice of what to put on that grave. Hopefully I can dismantle these were useful. But yeah. Okay, so let's put on the sword. Whatever the hell it is, Iris also. As good a name as any, I guess. It's gonna be stronger for a little bit. And since I don't, if in case I do have to go and get that recipe that I might have missed, I don't think I can recipes are not in my inventory, but in crafting I might find there was this like viper venomous steel sword. I don't remember which one I found in the vault, so let's just make sure whether we have the viper venomous silver sword recipe. If we have, I've got nothing to worry about. We don't. That might be what is in that cave. So the only thing left to do, I know there's 40 minutes left for us, but I don't want to go too far ahead in case I have to replay this.
Just stop.
No, I will not just stop, but I will go into the second DLC and take a sneak peek into France, aka to Sun. That might actually take me those 40 minutes, because there's like dialogues in there and cutscenes and Geralt's riding on his horse. There's an immediate mini-boss monster encounter, which I might not end up doing today. Depends on if it's like suddenly super easy. If it's not, I'm gonna stop before it. If it is, I'm gonna do it and then stop. And then redo it. But yeah, now we just gotta get our health back and find that inn where the knights from Toussaint are waiting for us after having posted the note. I think the notice was actually from whatever Queen Princess was her face. I don't know what her actual title is, but the ruler of Toussaint. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a country or regency. Probably not a regency. Regency is a different thing. Or like a province. Maybe a province. Okay, horse doesn't want to come at all. Where is this place? Not too far. Just cross the water and follow the road. Easy enough. Don't even need the horse. So you're gonna have a sneak peek into Toussaint. And Toussaint is gonna be, well, the beginning I have played. But at some point, a couple sessions in, this is gonna become a blind playthrough again. Because I have not gone too far into Toussaint on my first playthrough. Let alone Let alone finish it. So I'm gonna be even worse at this game. And that is probably the hardest part of the game, right? Because it's gonna be like the highest level quest line of it all. And it is supposed to be focused on the gameplay, so the story is not gonna be quite as cool as the Hearts of Stone, which I love everything about. The Vault was kind of like a boring point of it, but right? But the whole Olgierd as a character, Iris' situation, like all the demons there, Gunthro Dim, the Professor, the Alfiri part, I love everything about it. Honestly, Olgierd might be the character I like the most in this game, apart from Geralt himself. Maybe like, okay, just going by his whatchamacallit, what word am I thinking of? Naslediya. What's Naslediya? I forget in English.
Legacy.
Yes. Maybe if you consider his legacy from Witcher 2, I would say that Terminator dude, I don't remember his name even, the Viper School Witcher, that was the main antagonist, the Kingslayer of Witcher 2. Yeah, Leto, there we go. My memory is not what it used to be. I think in Witcher 2 I like Leto more than I like Olgierd in this one, because Leto is just unmatchable, but in this game specifically, I think Olgierd is my favorite by far. Just because he fluctuates so much between being a horrible person and being a really unfortunate person. And in the end, when you've saved his soul and his life, you still feel really bad for him. But also kind of happy that you managed to save him. He has some sort of future at least. And in part, like big tough serious man. All these birds just dived into the ground, okay. Where is
This
Dean?
be the Witchman, free connection. More interesting things
Okay, so
from
they are clearly here. Shut the hell up. Let's go to France.
Geralt of Rivia.
Ha! Sit with us, Witcher.
Complete tone shift is gonna happen, but...
Found your message on a notice board.
You see, Palmerin? I told you. The Griffin at White Orchard. I knew that were we only to follow the tracks of its slayer, we would in the end find Geralt.
Milton de Peyrac Peyran and Palmerin de Lawnful. Good to see you both. Been years.
Be assured, we share your joy.
Might be
You
from
must
the books.
forgive us our surroundings. When we pledged to place the village under our protection, the village elder gave us this hut as our lodgings. He swore it is the best hut in the village.
Get involved in some squabble?
We discovered that in retreating, the Redanian garrison that left this land still is at the mercy of numerous plagues. The tyranny of bandits the most onerous among them. These plunderers shall soon descend on this village to collect tribute. Milton and I will dissuade them.
We are both sworn to fight injustice and oppression wherever they rear their heads. The matter does not concern you, of course, but do us the kindness of waiting. Once we have dealt with these marauders, we have a matter we must present to you.
I mean, a fight's a fight.
So, plan to go out and meet the bandits when they arrive? Fight them?
Palmerin wishes first to appeal to their sense of decency. But I expect they will be deaf to this.
Yeah, completely.
We must afford them a chance to stand down. Many a hardened outlaw has left the path of wrongdoing upon hearing words of admonition.
Doesn't happen in these lands. Ever.
If they do not heed my reprimand, we at least will know we have done all within our means to evade bloodshed.
Fine. Naturally, I'll help when Palmerin's rhetoric falls on deaf ears.
You could exit them.
Then we've but to wait for the rogues to arrive.
I wonder if there is an option to exit them.
They're coming!
Hear that? Your bandits have arrived.
Let us go out to greet them.
Hark! Contemptible curs!
He mean us?
I, Palmerin de Lawnfall, call upon you to repent. Set your hearts. Do you not see that they are blackened?
Regular punch and duty here.
To prey upon commoners is no honor. To loot their meager stores, abandon the path of shame, and we will spare you.
Right good jest, that. Had us a laugh. Now, fuck off or we lose our patience and you lose something else.
Nay, wait, Zorg. These lads are a lark. Mayhaps they know some tricks.
Oi, players! Can you toss balls all loopity-like? Or do that thing where one spits fire while the other farts?
Noble Palmerin's giving you a chance. Now I'm gonna give you some advice. Do what he says.
Or what?
Or you'll find yourself fighting knights errant in the pay of the Duchess of Toussaint.
Duchess.
And they eat scum like you with their morning porridge.
There's 3 of them. 2 turtled up in armor. We'll come back later.
Some wench sent them. Folk will say we's afeard of wenches and jesters.
Ooh, insulted the Duchess. Not good.
Indeed, we cannot let the affront go unpunished. I swear upon the Heron you will pay with your own blood!
By the crane, villains, ready your arms!
Zorg? What? He is literally called Zorg. Interesting.
Do the thing.
I forgot how to do a strong attack there briefly. Let me first drink a health, because that is rumored to consume a portion of my vitality. Also, I don't think it was properly... Okay, that might have been a strong attack there. Ah!
And it doesn't look very close.
I don't know if I actually did that. I just know that my sword was
well, it
glowing.
stopped glowing.
Yeah.
And your health depleted.
Okay, yeah, whoa, shit. Well, now it's really depleted. I think that's like a one-hit KO, maybe. It seems to kill both people that I used it on. Okay, so maybe that's not the not the most useful sword. I wonder how it works on bosses. I might use it on a boss or two, but let's avoid strong attacks, I guess. I want to have this stretch this long. We need to at least see France. Much as I despise France, I actually don't. I just don't like the French language.
Shut up and fight.
Okay, yeah, that takes up way too much of my health. I am curious, however, how much damage it does to them. Also, when... Fuck. Well, that didn't work well. Ah, it's like a knockback attack as well. That's kind of useful. One hit KO is worth some health. It's kind of slow though, but I guess it's a strong attack. Also strong. What? Well. Yeah, that's pretty good, especially considering the finishing seems to be guaranteed. Wow, that finisher didn't even remotely connect. Where's Zorg and why is this a bandit leader now? Did we kill Zorg? Guys, I think they might have killed Zorg without me seeing it. Oh no, I've got no swallows. Do I have super health potions? Yes. Fuck off with their pushing. Okay, charge it on this dude. Well, he's already like half dead. Honestly. Ah! Swords. I mean, bolts. That was not even remotely the sign that I wanted to cast there. Give me another. That's what I wanted. Some variety. I feel like that sign was more useful in Witcher 2. Okay, you need to die immediately. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that expedites killing human enemies quite well. Could test it on monsters too. Holy shit, that... Okay, let's not get hit. Do. Give me more. I'm super toxic. But, as we know, we don't need any current effects. A little thunderbolt never hurts. Horse fuck off. Oh, Zorg's back. Well, ain't that interesting. Go to soon. Okay, parry.
Pathetic.
Charge and Zorg. There goes Zorg.
Why do they not emerge? It is over. We have banished the scoundrels, lifted oppression's yoke from their lives.
Warned you it'd be like this. Fear you as much as they did the bandits now. Sorry, no fanfares and flowers. You're not in Toussaint.
It is true what folk claim. In the north, no noble deed goes unthwarted. It is time to go home.
And we shall, my friend. Come, Geralt.
It's time we deliver.
Question is, let's see what they tell me. Do I teleport now to Tucson, or do I have a chance to loot the shit? I guess I don't have a chance to loot the shit.
What brings you such a long way?
I wanted to loot Zorg.
Grace the Duchess's message in full, with all due ceremony. For tradition
is sacred in Tucson.
No, they didn't, Louis. They just are scared of them.
Most honorable Geralt, slayer of monsters and all evils nefarious, which prey on the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fates undeserved. Answer you now our present summons. Free us from the beast which floods our streets with blood, and sows panic in the hearts of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid, Witcher. Thus humbly beseeches you the Star-Crossed City's most gracious protectress, Her Illustrious Highness, Duchess Anna Henrietta.
Shall you answer her call?
Anna Henrietta really say all that? Word for word?
Well, in point of fact, she said, bring me the Witcher and dare not spare your horses. Only make certain this time he comes alone. The Ducal Chamberlain added the rest. You know how it is.
Yeah, I remember.
I might add, be it unofficially, that a hefty reward awaits. Yet the specifics you will need to verify with Her Illustrious Highness.
Might be the most fervent request that I take a contract ever. And the most polite. And now we've got all that behind us. I want to hear more about this beast. Some kind of monster? Just guessing.
Most assuredly, though no one has caught a good look at it as yet. Our only sure witnesses. Bodies massacred in a brutal, horrid manner.
Look, some sketches drafted from descriptions given by those who claim they glimpsed the beast. Each quite different. To my mind, these witnesses lie.
How many victims so far?
2. When Her Grace learnt of the second, she discharged us immediately to fetch you, promising grants of land and fortunes in gold, should you answer her summons.
An ill wind blows, Geralt. The beast cannot be tracked. Folks say it wields black magic. Also, both victims were nobly born, and the start of a tourney draws near.
Beast wields black magic? What makes you say so?
The first victim vanished between bites at a feast. Of the feast-goers, none noticed this. They saw but an open window, then heard desperate cries from the street below, where a corpse had just been found.
The second killing, similar. A night in a locked room. Servants all about the house. Guards all around the estate. Yet the beast somehow got him out, dragged him to the town square, and killed him there. No one saw, nor heard a thing.
We have no fear of creatures against which sword and shield protect, but of this beast nothing is known, save that it cannot be traced, kills effortlessly, and with no rhyme or reason we can discern.
It's kind of refreshing not to know what actually is gonna happen.
Anyone tried to hunt it? Knights errant, for example?
Ha! Many have tried. Baiting, waiting in ambush, but to no avail.
The beast is clever. It evades all traps and attacks of a sudden. It is like a ghost.
An experienced tracker. This is what we need, with knowledge of monsters. In short, we need you.
Mentioned a tourney. Why doesn't the Duchess just call it off?
Simply, it is too late. The guests have arrived. The best knights of all lands, relatives of the Emperor. The beast could be a threat to others, not just to Her Grace's subjects.
Got it. Before an aristocrat dies, at best it's a scandal. At worst, a diplomatic incident.
So, I just want to bring some up real short. I think there are books about Tucson in this game. I haven't read them, of course. I kind of want to read them because I'm curious about what its position is in relation to, like, probably conquered by Nilfgaard or part of Nilfgaard in some way, right? Because it's in the south, it's not the northern kingdoms. But they seem to have kept all of their exuberant culture and tradition and did not just become the boring, horrible, we like only the color black, no beards, no facial hair people from Nilfgaard that we saw briefly when we visited the Emperor in the beginning. And he had us shave, the asshole. No, I mean, what an asshole, had us shave. But so I'm wondering what the situation is, and I think I'm gonna read the books in between the sessions and learn about that.
Was it in Tucson? Like Geralt went there at some point. I think like his weapons were taken, and then he got involved with some sorceress, and he boned her.
I mean,
and then there was some kind of like underground fighting ring with monsters or something.
Well, if it's in the books, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm amazed you remember some books because you always claim you don't. But I mean, it must be surely like these two knights must be characters from the books because they would not. I mean, there is a possibility that they would introduce themselves like Geralt knows them without actually being in the books. But it seems like they were presented as, "Hey, here's these characters from the books. Check it out." And I know there's like a character in there. I mean, the Duchess probably was in the books at some point. But there's a character we meet. I think I played enough to meet him the first time that apparently Geralt knows, and it's probably also from the books because I read someone recognized him. But we'll get to it when we get to it. I don't know how soon that is.
I sometimes think back to all the contracts I've ever taken from sovereigns. Can't name hardly any where I came out ahead.
You cannot be thinking to refuse.
No. Just struck by a thought. How the Duchess can sometimes be... demanding.
So you accept the contract. Excellent!
We must set off at once. We long wanted this land searching for you. Yet time is of the essence.
Ready to go, soon as you're packed.
Ah, then post-haste to Toussaint. To Toussaint!
Toussaint. Off camera, when I replay for the short schematic, I'll see if I can loot Zorg. By like refusing here. I'm kind of guessing that if I refuse, the corpses of the bandits will have vanished anyway. But maybe you can like kill Zorg early. By the way, here's the song. Loading screen. Kind of cool looking. Kind of photorealistic almost. Maybe if you kill him and then go far enough that like the game starts thinking you're out of combat, maybe then you can loot him. I'll try. But off camera, of course. And yeah, there's the Grandmaster info on the loading screen. Didn't really need to look it up on the Wikipedia after all. I mean, I would have found it out during playtime here, but I wasn't sure if I had missed something.
Toussaint, the land of love and wine.
Exactly how I remembered it.
So I guess it was Anna Henrietta I've seen on all these screenshots and wondered who the fuck that was.
Walk about when you have the chance.
The Duchess.
See for yourself.
Yeah.
To me, place always seemed straight out of a fairy tale. Knights errant, elven palaces.
You insinuate that we are somehow odd? I shall prove you wrong. This I pledge on the Heron.
You mean freedom fries, Louis? Don't know. Have not played enough. My only gripe is that the sky is a little bit like greenish. A natural color for the sky. Also this dude, but you know. What is with the monsters in this game and wearing barrels on their heads? Actually, I guess
I mean, what else would they wear?
Fair enough. I was thinking of one of the crones, and I think she actually had a basket, not a barrel.
I have a feeling this guy is gonna be upset. Like, I had it under control. Why did you have to intervene?
Might be. Okay, stop blocking my... Whoa! My shit. Ah, Too bad, you know what, I was like, okay, let's use the iris on bosses, but I just realized this is steel sword. Can't really hope to, holy shit, can't really hope to use it on monsters well. I wonder if this is, in any capacity, a reskinned Cyclops. I guess not, because the Cyclops didn't have this fucking wheel thing from the windmill. I also wonder if it can be set afire. Does the damage doesn't seem to be stuck. Ha! Okay, Quen is saving my ass. Галять. What a name. I guess it's not really Goliath, it's Goliath or something like that. Wonder if it's a reference to Goliath in any capacity at all. It seems kind of vague. You know what? Fuck you. Didn't even need to do that, but oh well. Loot, loot, loot. Oh, damn it.
Big beast. Tackling it single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom, Witcher. So, Guillaume, outfitted. Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among them.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret,
Ah, it's that one that you remember, that guy who kept pestering us.
You I do not know, sir, nor seem you a knight.
Is it the same guy?
No. It would be funny if it was the same woman, though.
For your succor. This trophy, sir, is yours.
Who are you calling a sucker?
A giant this close to human settlements? Strange.
Well, that was no ordinary giant. His name was Goliath. Rumored to have been a knight once, but one who broke his vows. For this, the Lady of the Lake transformed him into a wild giant.
So this is not just friends, it's just kind of like, hey,
so he came back
Europe
down.
fantasy.
Why? Several times each year, hunger chased him into the lowlands. Goliath had killed and devoured many shepherds. Guillaume's hunt served a noble cause. At any rate, it's a tale for more agreeable environs.
Some reason when I first saw this and like got a sense for the place, I thought it was a mixture of France and Italy, but there's not really much from Italy. Like there's vineyards, but those are in France as well. Well, Breath of the Wild is kind of easier on the eyes and color-wise. I feel. I don't know if maybe for one session I'll use that like desaturation mod for this, because I kind of like how that looked as well. But I don't really want to go too far against the designer's vision for this place. I feel like it's kind of, you know, Eastern Europe versus Western Europe, almost kind of a parody of how, or just like a good-natured making fun of some of the stories and fairy tales, whatnot. And again, fairy tales in Western Europe are grim as hell. No any less grim than Eastern Europe stuff, but this seems to be a direct opposition of Slav bullshit from the main game.
I'll take the trophy. Why not? Could find someone who'll pay to buy it. Put up a good fight against the giant. Got experience battling monsters?
None. In Tucson, we mostly chase bandits. But I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity, as the famed Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope. The matter's best left to Geralt.
Another challenge awaits me. Yet if Geralt is to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again. The river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien de la Tour's guardsmen are there already, securing the area.
Securing the area? Better go there now before they trample any tracks, manhandle any evidence.
Set forth then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived. We'll meet later, near Guillaume's tent at the tourney grounds. I shall take you then to see her grace.
I take it you can enter the tournament.
I think there was something about that. I remember several scattered things that I did on this before stopping. I know that at some point Geralt gets asked like, what is your like not flag, but what do you call like the emblem that you put like on shields and shit? That thing.
Temeria.
Yeah. And his like formal name, and he go. I don't remember. There might be an option to do something silly there, and I don't remember to what end any of that happens. If Geralt just sincerely participates. Separately from that, I also remember a fight in some Coliseum-like arena that you can enter, but I don't know if that is connected in any way to that overall tourney or if it's a separate thing. And I remember a quest with a Cursed Woman. Not gonna, of course, go into any details. Cursed Woman. I remember a quest that happened around some theater ruins. I think it was a bit north. Of course, there's if that is the place I think it is, there's a couple of stuff to do there that I remember, and a couple of things happen in the city, and that's the extent of my memory. I have no idea what those fucking dueling peaks are. No, those look suspiciously like a slightly farther apart dueling peaks from Breath of the Wild, so it's kind of a fair almost comparison to make. But when I first saw this whole place, I was really put off by the colors and overall thing. But I feel like, well, I mean, the sky, I wish it was a bit less green, like a bit more true blue. But overall, I feel like I can definitely enjoy this more now, with a more open mind. And we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be interesting discovering most of this for the first time. Because I've seen playthroughs of many parts of the main game and many parts of the Hearts of Stone, because I was always... I know people who play this game really care for the story most of the time. And I was really curious to see how people reacted to the various moments in Hearts of Stone, because it's like the best thing ever. So I've seen that many times. And some of the key moments in the main game as well. The crones, the battle at Kaer Morhen, stuff like that. But on this one, I've literally not seen anyone play any part of this. Only my own little bits and pieces here. What the map shows, let us see. It's not as large as you would think. Actually, are we in the north? Holy shit, I actually thought we started in the south. Whatever. So, I could not even remotely point you to where I've been. I feel like I've went around like this lake for some reason, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah. From now on, this game... I mean, I'm gonna go back to the mainland for a couple things here and there. Need to get upgrades for my armor and whatnot. Probably go to Skellige to kill some monsters. Go to the rune rites, put the runes in my shit. But this place, France, Western Europe generic, mostly France, it's gonna be our oyster until largely the end of this whole series of Witcher 3. So I don't know, Luis, if we get... I would assume we can get some sort of crazy golden armor in this. Surely they've modeled some unique sets of equipment for it. We'll find out. I know pretty much nothing. So I will not be able to answer many questions about what comes ahead. But yeah, for now, thank you all for tuning in. Seeing the end of Hearts of Stone, beginning of this. Tomorrow, shorter stream, because Hippocats got races. I don't feel like starting early. I don't know what. It's probably gonna be just a, you know, couple maps of Lunar Catastrophe. Witcher next something, probably next Saturday, whatever. We'll see as it goes. Goodbye.